Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Awfully Silly. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I was enjoying some Yakuza content here on the channel. Hope you all were too. We have another fun episode for you tonight, another doozy, like I like to always say. Before we get quite into the theme in tonight's runs, wanted to go over an announcement or two. Now, if you are not familiar, Games Done Quick is in fact hiring. So if you happen to have any social media creation experience or want to help out our live events, be sure to come on over to gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. So that's gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. Additionally, if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events, be sure you check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. You're going to catch all of our cool VODs there and even some YouTube shorts if you're interested in that. Without further ado, now tonight, I've had a lot of animal-themed episodes on the show before. There just happens to be a lot of cute, fun, silly, awful, strange games related to animals. But specifically tonight, we're focusing on animals that are domesticated. That's right. We're going to have some horses, maybe some goldfish, maybe some cats and other animals. You'll just have to wait and see. But first, we are going to be kicking it on off with Grand Horse Attraction. The category, $400. The runner, Bissalina. The floor is yours.
Oh my god! Hi. Oh wow. Didn't expect to actually run this game at anything ever because the game is so amazing, I do have to say. I mean,
exactly why the show exists, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the title of the game is already perfect. I mean, I don't actually know what it means. Like, I don't know if there are any implications of that title, but I don't know. The title is in English Grand Horse Attraction, and in German it's translated to English Julia's Adventure in Horseman Land. So both titles are equally awfully silly, I would say.
Yes, there you go. Look at that. Plug in the title. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's so beautiful. By the way, I have like a lot of Pokemon plushies here, but unfortunately don't have anything to do for one. But I mean, they're great. I love them.
Good commentary.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I want to say I'm not playing the German version because it's slower, but the German version has a theme song which the English version doesn't have. You can look it up. It also has a music video. But we're not gonna go there. Really, the game is already good enough. So I would say, without any hesitation, let's start. But without starting the timer.
All right, yeah, you just let us know. Give us a countdown whenever the time is supposed to come down.
I need a name. It doesn't change anything, but I need a name.
Okay. Does it have a character limit? No.
Wait, I check. It's about 20 characters, I think.
Let's go. Only because the other title you mentioned made me laugh so hard. Let's go with Horse Boy. How's that sound?
Awesome. Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
I love that. Let's also put an Uwu after it to make it really special. All right. When I just start, okay.
All right.
The first thing you will notice, and which will be quite apparent very quickly, the game has horrible loading times. Like, you will see the screen a lot. Like, not a little bit, but quite a lot. The game just likes really hard to load. It just mostly doesn't do anything else. The game loves its cutscenes. The game loves its loading screens. Sometimes you just enter the same area twice and it still has to load for 2 minutes. It's like the PS2 version of Crash Bandicoot 4 or Wrath of Cortex, how it's just called now.
Does have them PS2 loading times. I can relate.
Yeah. Rowlet plushie. Yeah. Rowlet is great. Yeah, the game has a music video. You can check it out if you want. It's in German because the English version doesn't have a theme song. But yeah, you can look it up. But I actually think it's copyrighted. So I think there would actually be a DMCA takedown if I would play it here.
Well, good that we're avoiding it then.
Yes. Okay, now the game has story because we can't skip any of the cutscenes. So, okay, the story of the game is we are playing Julia. Julia is basically the better version of Barbie.
Hi,
Like if you have seen Barbie
Julia.
in cinema right now, you probably know the plot of this game.
Hot take right now. Woo!
Well, which I actually don't even know the plot of Barbie because I haven't seen the movie, but it's probably the same. So yeah, so we are Julia. We're getting called. Don't start the timer yet. It didn't start. Yeah, we are Julia. We are a horse girl, which horse. I mean, the game is called Grand Horse Attraction. The plot of the game is that we have to. How do I say it friendly? Okay, we have to move to circles that tell us to press the left mouse button, and it will tell us that about 15 times in 15 different cutscenes, and then we will have to press the left mouse button again. And that's basically the plot of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yeah, Julia will just be there, like right now, and tell us, "Whoa, we can press the up button to like go up." Timing starts now. Okay, Julia will stay in front of the camera to tell us that we can press the left mouse button to just which we already had to do to start the cutscene. So yeah, it's amazing. I love this game.
Has arrows on which you can click.
Beautiful. Okay, right now. Exactly. Now we can put clothes on. The problem is we don't really have any clothes. So we just go once through the entire menu and then just take on the same shoes again. Because why not? It's beautiful.
Why not?
We just go out. We just go outside with the clothes we already had on.
The door to the hallway. And then downstairs.
Also hi to the chat. Left to you all.
By the front door.
Okay, now we actually have gameplay. Now we can run. Well, you will probably think, because how this game looks, that the game is like programmed, was like released and programmed in like, I don't know, 1658. But no, the game actually came out in 2007. You know,
1658. Okay.
Yeah, you know the one year where like Portal came out and Crisis and I think BioShock 2. I think.
To enter the house,
yeah, they basically all of these games came out and this one. So basically, yeah, the game is probably above Portal. In my opinion, it looks amazing, and you will see that all the trees will have to load quite a lot when we get to it. But now we have to get Dolly. The problem with getting Dolly is that this is actually the only instance of RNG in the run. You will probably say, okay, we have to call our horse. How is this like luck based?
Dolly.
Let's just say that Dolly isn't the quickest horse. Dolly is like, she also lags a bit. That's okay. I mean, I probably think most horses lag a bit. But yeah, she just like moves very, how do I put this? She moves. That's probably the best thing I have to say about Dolly. Look, she's like she really tries to. She really does try to somehow like move towards us, but like she just does her best.
It's all right, Dolly. You don't have to be fast.
Also, sometimes she also makes noises.
Nice.
Sometimes this takes 20 seconds. Sometimes this takes 2 minutes. So yeah, this is
Wow, what a wide variance.
I know, right? Best part of a run.
At least it's at the beginning-ish after all those awful load times and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably one of the worst instances of Dolly doing Dolly things. Isn't it great how she just does nothing? Awesome. I love her so much. Oh, and now she moves. Wait, maybe she's... Oh, wait a sec. Oh, great. She finally moves towards us. Great.
Wow.
Beautiful. It's fine.
There you are.
She just needs her time.
I get to choose whether I want to ride
Okay.
the horse or put it out
Now we have to
pasture.
select that we want to ride Dolly. And then we get our riding tutorial. After that, immediately we get our map tutorial. Then the game will tell us where to go. And then after that, we can actually ride. So there are
Riding a horse
now
is
like
easy.
3 more minutes of cutscenes.
Press the up arrow
Which is
to
great.
make your
I
horse
love
walk.
cutscenes.
Press
Dolly
the
is just
X
our hero. She's just the best. I
and
love her.
page down
Yeah,
key
give it
to
up for
make
Dolly,
canter.
chat. Really,
The
they
down
Yeah.
arrow key
hold through
slows
for
your
us.
horse down,
Yeah.
and the space bar
Without
makes it
her, we
jump.
couldn't move forward.
Dismount your horse by clicking the right mouse key.
But you will actually see in like 2 minutes after the
Now
cutscene,
press N
after the
keyboard
cutscenes
in
end,
order to
but
see
Dolly's
how it's
actually
mapped.
quite the quick horse. Like later in the game, we actually have to play Mario Kart with horses. You could actually,
The
you
large
could say
map
that
shows
those are
all
just
of Dolly's world. Each
horse
area
races,
is
but no, we are
marked by
playing
a
Mario
letter.
Kart.
The area where I'm
And there
currently
she's
located
actually
is
very quick,
indicated as well.
but not
On the large
when
map,
she has to
see a
come to us.
horseshoe by the riding school. That's where I need to go now.
It's really hard for me to not say like every 5 seconds that the game is so horrible, but it's okay. It's okay.
You know, it
Okay.
fit perfectly on the show. That's all I'll say about it.
That's fine. Yeah, it's perfect. Also, yeah, I just got stuck there for nothing. Also, here's the Pokemon Sword and Shield tree. Like we will see it many times. There it is again. I love it. It's beautiful. I also want to remind all of you again that the game came out in 2007. It's the same year where Super Mario Galaxy came out for reference. Just want to put that out there. But yeah, now we get into another loading time. Now we get into West Grand Horse Attraction Land. I'm not sure how it is called. Actually, I never finished that game. The problem with finishing this game is that the triggers in this game aren't programmed very well, and it sometimes can happen that the next objective you have to do just doesn't load.
Oh.
So, like in the middle of the game, there will be the spike race. It never loaded for me. I couldn't progress ever. But yeah, the game is okay. How do I say this? The game is basically Grand Theft Auto but with horses. You have to like make a lot of money from people that tell you, "Hey, we want to save horses and stuff." The issue with that is you will actually have to get money from them, but they want to save the horses. So the entire game just revolves around getting money from the people that want to save horses, but you have to work to get money from them, but they want to save them. So yeah, it's good plot.
There are 3
Yeah,
chores that
not
need to be
backwards
when
at
you-
all.
feeding the horses.
Yes, and when you're
mucking
finished
out
with
their
that,
stalls.
there will be a
All right,
dance
no
party.
problem. When do you want me to start?
Right away.
least
if
we have
you
that to
don't
look forward to.
mind. First, I'll show
You
you.
know,
how to feed
not
the
here.
horses. Please follow me to
This is the
door
oh
on
right,
the right.
yeah. Right now we are playing right now the $400 category. The $400 category is basically the tutorial of the game. In this tutorial, we have to feed horses, we have to water
Here's the
horses,
food room with the
and do
feed
2 other
stack and
things that
feed
I
bin. Move to the
won't
marker by the
won't
bucket,
spoil
and then
until we
left
get to
click
them.
with the mouse to pick it
Ooh.
up.
It's good stuff. Also, Nicole T-pose. She always does that. It always doesn't correctly load.
Now take the feed bucket over.
Dolly
to
so
the marker
fast,
by
we
the
gotta
feed
load
sack
more.
and
We're
left
gonna
click in order to
mob.
fill the bucket.
Okay. So basically, what we currently do is we got the bucket by pressing left. Then the game tells us, hey, you have to go to the next purple wing to press the left mouse button again. And then she will tell us, oh, you have to go to the other circle to press press the left mouse button again. And then she will tell us that again. So yeah, the game is awesome. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Now we fed our first horse. For every horse, we get $10. So after we have fed all of the 10 horses, we have $100, which is actually the most popular category of this game right now. It has currently 5 runners since yesterday, actually. So yeah, after you got $100 and gave a bucket back, you can actually, you can say that you have actually finished the run of that beautiful game. But yeah. The most important thing about, this is the movement part of the run. I mean, yes, there's a lot of cutscenes and stuff, but actually this is where you have to optimize movement. The problem and the issue with that is just that Julia moves like a tank. So basically, Julia has a horrible hitbox for everything. You basically have to imagine Julia like a tank that you have to move around here. And then there are those weird physics objects that they have just put in this map to despise humanity. And that's basically how to control Julia. You just have to have fun. And at some point, you will just get there where you want to be. But yeah, you basically just have to imagine you have this giant tank that you want to get to through the stage, and that's how you control Julia. And in the background there will be radio noises. It will tell you to go to Jacqueline's boutique to get some amazing dresses. Unfortunately, we never have enough money in this game to actually buy anything from there because we have to save horses. So the 100% speedrun of this game is actually, unfortunately, handing out newspapers, like in first person. We actually have to shoot newspapers in first person perspective, like when you get to control a sniper to earn money. And that's the 100% run of this game.
Sniper,
you have
but
to do
with
that.
newspapers. Okay.
Actually, it's like Sniper Elite, but with newspapers, yes. The part where you get money from that is also like very buggy. You can basically do an infinite money glitch to just, if you like, how do I put this? There's like those yellow wings where I go into right now. It's also used for the newspapers. If you just put in 10 newspaper before the wing, so if you put in 10 newspaper before the wing disappears, you get like $100, even though you should just get 10. The game isn't very fast in just despawning it.
Now put the feed bucket back on the marker next to the feed sack.
Okay.
Using the left
Yeah. Now I have $100. Now it's time for getting more than $100. Oh God, yeah. By the way, if there are any questions,
the
just
horses
tell
are
me.
now fed, but they need
What
as well.
keep an eye out too.
Here's the large
What in the
water
generic
container,
Barbie?
and there,
I
by
mean,
the marker,
excuse
you
me, the
see
Barbie
water
movie is
bucket.
actually really good, as
Move to the
I heard it
marker
at
and
least.
take the bucket by
I
clicking
have to
the
watch
left
it still,
mouse
but
button.
I heard it's great.
But when is the Grand Horse Attraction movie? Is my question.
I hope never. I heard that the Barbie Netflix series was actually very good.
Empty bucket
Wait, no, I actually watched it. Yeah, yeah. It was fine. I mean, it wasn't like Gravity Falls or something, but it was okay.
Oh, I'm in the middle of watching Gravity Falls for the first time. I'm quite enjoying it.
Nice. Watch Our House after that.
Okay. Will do.
Now you can take the water
Yeah.
to the horse's watering troughs. Just move to the marker in front of a stall with your full bucket of water and left click. Then
Does this
you
game
need
even
to
have an
refill the bucket
have an end? Yeah.
container.
After you
When
save
you're
4
done,
horses,
come see me
there will
again.
be a dance party. That's the end. Don't question it, please. There's nothing to question about it. It's just There will be the dance party, and then after that the game is over. Okay, yeah, now we have to do the same thing again. Like, we have the same, like basically the same bucket, and have to fill the bucket with water instead of food. And after that, we have to live with the consequences that we just fed those horses. I just will spoil so much. But I won't directly say what we have to do to get the other 200.
Oh.
It will be great.
I don't know if I should be nervous or not.
Yeah, you probably should be a bit. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It will be amazing. Yeah, we have to feed Diamond and Rocky and Moonlight and Lisa and Buddy and McQueen. All of those great horses. I just love them. Oh, and also Winnie. Winnie is also here. Yeah, true. And Thunder and I didn't got the other name. Great. Okay. I love all of those horses very much. They are the best part of a run because they are the only part of a run. It's the only part of a run where we just don't have to watch cutscenes for 10 hours. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's better if we just go to the same place like 50 times to get water and then put it into the horse stable. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
We get all this horse lore. Of course it's better.
Of course, yeah, sure. Oh, it's Sheety. Or I think.
I think it's Shetty.
Oh, Shetty. Okay, yeah, great. Okay.
I had to guess.
Also, there's the Crash Bandicoot box. I love the lore. I love the crossover potential. Okay, now we have Fat Rocky. Now we can beat Ivan Drago or another villain of that movie. And now we quit the task. Awesome. So now you probably think, okay, we finished with the tutorial. Sure. The thing is just, the game now tells us to go outside. You probably will think, what do we do outside then?
Perfect. All horses are taken care
Well, the
of.
thing about going outside is that the game after that wants us to go through a different door into the same room again. We just have to, where you see. We are exactly before the same house, but above us now, where Julia's head is like now a brush. So because we enter through that door, we can now brush the horses. We couldn't do that when we were inside before. No.
Yes, you always have to
we had to enter that door.
They had to set up the brushes is all.
Exactly. It's like Iron Man 1 and then that movie set up the Avengers. Basically the same.
Yes,
Okay, now
this
we
is
get
exactly like the Avengers, yes.
Exactly. Julia's the first game that will make 100 billion horse dollars.
Now move to the markers by
Yeah, what is it? $3 billion category when.
First, you need to remove the dirt from their coats with the brush.
It's probably the last thing I will ever do in my life.
Dirty spots using the mouse. The status bar will show your progress.
Okay, now is the third objective we have to do. It's cleaning all of the horses. We have to move our mouse around to clean them. And
to remove it.
It's well, I mean, the most optimized. So the most optimized thing about us doing circle movements. Also, sometimes the game won't load the fourth. How do you say it in English? The fourth hoof or
hoof? Yeah, hoof. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sometimes the game won't load the fourth one, and when you save time. Unfortunately, that won't always happen.
All the horses. Come and see me in the tack room.
Okay, now we can do that, which gave us $10, but we have to do it like 9 more times, which is amazing. I love it.
Who doesn't?
I like it the most. But you know, the next task will be the best one. But I don't want to spoil anything yet. Wait, I think I just did 3 now. I think it didn't spawn. I think it didn't load the 4th one. Or maybe I'm too tired. I don't know. It's really, it really takes all of my concentration to play this game. Okay. It's also nice how all of these horses like have the exact same spots of dirt. Exactly in the same place every time. Beautiful. If any of you like have a horse, can you tell me if that's like if this game like has the same fun potential of riding an actual horse? You like, I don't know if you like. Can you just tell me if it's like the same or not? I don't know. Like,
I feel like if there are any horse owners in the chat and then they said this is just as fun as owning a real horse, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, probably. It's like that wouldn't be a great point in owning or like having a horse. Like I would hate that honestly. If you have any questions, please ask them. You probably think that's torture for you, but it's more torture for me than for you, because I actually did this one like 30 times already, and it won't get better after 30 attempts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're all enjoying it, so it's getting better for us.
Awesome. I love that. I mean, I could also run Metroid Prime or Metroid Prime 2 or SpongeBob or Portal or Super Smash Bros. But no. Grand Horse Attraction is by far the best game I ever speedrun.
Real games only on this show.
True. Best. It's the best horse themed game that will ever be featured on here. Okay. Now that I got $10 for like 4 times the work, I will now go on to the last task. I will now I don't know how I can like put this task in an advertiser friendly light.
Close to the markers and left click in order to put back
it's
the
truly something. Can you even ride the horses? Yeah, we can ride horses, but it's like unfortunately not a part of this category. But we can only ride the horses that we will save later in the run. Okay, now we will. Well, guess what? Now we go outside. What we will do after it?
And now for the last choice.
Go back inside.
Move to the marker.
True. We now go through a 3rd door.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a glitch-free one where there's actually a load. There's actually wrong warping and load abuse in this one, but it's not a part of this category. Unfortunately.
And I'll show you what to do.
Any cool strats? Those aren't cool strats. They're the best strats. Okay. Now let's just say we grab the shovel and pick up Doritos.
Close to the marker and left click.
That's probably the best way to describe what will happen in the next 5 minutes.
That's what we're picking up. Mm-hmm. That's it.
We will be picking up Doritos. We have the shovel and we will do stuff with it. But yeah, we got to ride Dolly for like 40 seconds. I mean, it took like 2 minutes for Dolly to get to us, but I mean, it was totally worth it. Okay, now we will go to this purple Tree of Lightning or something, and we have picked up Doritos. Beautiful. And now Nicole will
to the marker
spawn
by
right
the
before us, and
wheelbarrow
then we'll do
click the
nothing
right
after it
mouse
again.
button when you see the hand
She
icon
just
in order
does
to
nothing the
drop
entire time.
manure.
Must be
where we
nice.
where we pick up all of the Doritos, and the game will tell us like 20 times that we have to press the left mouse button. She will just be there and do nothing.
Well done. Remove all the manure from every
Queen
stall.
Dolly does what she
When you're
wants,
done,
though it's fine.
return the shovel to its
True.
place and
Red
come
Dead is
see
the
me
second
again.
best horse game after Grand Horse Attraction. But
Mhm.
only in that order.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now we have to do quite a lot more work for the rest. We have to now go to each stable twice and pick up Doritos. Sometimes Julia will put the shovel against the wall, and they still get on it, but it's okay. She does her best, and we should appreciate that.
I don't know. I mean, she could pick up a second shovel, but that's all I'm saying.
Well, she could also like put on like 2 pairs of Doritos, but no.
Mm-hmm.
No. We have to do it 20 times to get like even less money. But at the end of it, we will have $400, and that's awesome. I love it.
That's the name of the category.
Yeah, I know, right? It's weird that we have $400 in the $400 category at some point. But yeah, that's basically the entire tutorial. After that, the plot of the game will start, where we have to get even more money to save even more horses. Well, I mean, we don't save horses here. We just do work with a horrible salary. But yeah, after that we have to save horses. I don't know if you ever want to save horses after this game, but yeah, if you still have motivation for it, then yeah, you can actually save the horses and have the world record for the any percent run. If your game doesn't crash before, or the triggers won't load, like before you finished, you can actually be the any percent world record holder. I tried, and after 5 hours, the game just didn't work anymore. So if you have luck and want to do it, just get the any percent world record, so that there's one of it there.
Yeah, somebody in the chat asked earlier about what the any percent estimate would be. I was just like, someone has to do it first.
Actually, yeah. You can also run $100. It's like a 10-minute category. Also $400 if you like picking up Doritos.
And who doesn't?
I love it. Beautiful. Also, she just, but she didn't pick up anything. She just got inside of a wall and then didn't do anything. Also, there are like 15 Doritos in there, but we actually picked up already like 30 or something.
Yeah, they don't seem to, the animation doesn't seem to stack, huh?
Unfortunately. Also, it's great that Toy Story 1 looked better than this game. And it came out like 13 years before it. I mean, okay, this game probably also like had the same budget of Toy Story 1 as okay, I think there's like 3 more or 2 more, I don't know. Okay, there's like this one. Oh yeah, okay. She really puts her head into it. Really appreciate it. Okay, that's the last one. Oh my god, it's the last one. The one will be over. Okay, there won't be time yet. Give me a second. It's like I have to put the shovel here. Time will be now. Time.
Ooh, well done.
Excellent. You did all the chores. In order to
Scoop
leave
that
the
so
stable,
fast.
just move to the marker by the middle entrance.
I'm really sorry, okay? I mean, I got asked to be on here, but like, I mean, I'm really sorry for every one of you to see this game. Like, the game didn't have to be featured anywhere, but you've seen it, and it's okay. I'm there for you, okay?
We're all in this together.
Yeah, but I'm missing Dolly already. I want to see her. Wait, no, I think that's like a 10-minute cutscene that we'll play now. It's the bad thing about the game. The cutscenes just get longer and the loading times too. That's, beautiful. I love the game. Beautiful.
Yep. It is great.
Underestimate. Yeah,
you did it.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to start getting set up here in a moment for our next run. But was there anything you wanted to plug or shout out before we are getting set up, Bisalina?
Yeah, I want to say thank you all for watching this beautiful one. If you want to, you can drop a follow if you speak German. It's cool stuff. Otherwise, yeah, just thank you for featuring me. Maybe next time with Metroid or stuff, I would enjoy that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go see
just
Rudolph and learn more about the tournament.
thanks.
Okay.
I hope you all love horses the same way as I do.
Nice day, Julia.
Same to you.
Oh,
Bye.
I'm sure they do. Well,
Beautiful.
thank you so much for being here, Bisalina, and showing us this absolute treasure of a game. We absolutely had a blast. Thank you for being here. For everybody else out there, we are going to take a little bit of a break while we get set up for run number 2 of the evening. So feel free to get up, stretch, maybe feed your horses, water your horses, pick up and muck those stalls, and we'll see you on the other side in just a few short moments.
Beautiful.
Okay, welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. If you're just joining us, we are hanging out with some awfully domesticated animals this evening. That's right. We kicked the night off with an incredible, and very funny run of Grand Horse Attraction, I should say, by Bisalina, and it was just an absolutely good time. And we're going to keep the good times rolling here in just one moment. I did want to remind everyone as well that Frame Fatales, which is Games Done Quick's all-women online speedrunning community, has an event upcoming, Flame Fatales. That's going to be running from August 13th through the 20th. The schedule is actually out now at gamesdonequick.com/schedule. And while you're checking out the schedule, you can also feel free to submit a prize for the event if you so choose. You could also use !FF in the Twitch chat to submit your prizes. Now, the last day to do so, that is going to be on August 6th. So that's coming up in just a little bit of time if you're interested in getting your prizes in for Flame Fatales. Now, yes, awfully domesticated animals. You think dogs, you think cats, but fish also count for that. And if you're not fish, I'm not fish, maybe Poot Loops is fish, because Poot Loops is going to be doing a speed run of I Am Fish for us. Poot Loops, the floor is yours.
Welcome, everybody. So glad to be here. I get to speed run. Those who know me, this is my favorite speed run game. It is awful. It is silly. And it is really fun. Yeah, fish, I guess, recently domesticated, so they count. Maybe not the fish in this game. I guess we'll just get into it. I'll give you a countdown. This part is kind of just an intro. There are ties into I Am Bread and Surgeon Simulator. I'll try to point those out along the way, but really I want to talk about all of the amazing tech and skips and strats and all the cool stuff in this game. So happy to be here, and it's going to start when I start the first level. So 3, 2, 1, start.
All right.
Immediately we skip the first cutscene. If you watch that, you see how these fish become so smart. They eat the bread from I Am Bread, which makes them super smart. And now they've been separated, unfortunately, and they want to make it to the ocean to say hi to each other once again. Right up there was a fish that we'll see a little bit later that people in the I Am Fish community are a big fan of. So one thing to point out is this is not like a monkey ball game per se. We are not controlling the ball necessarily or the map. We are controlling the fish inside the ball or the jar or the fish bowl or whatever it is. So yeah, and here we have a little, the music of this game is fantastic.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's nice. Wow.
Yeah, a nice little cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately I respawn just to adjust my momentum. We're going to be doing that throughout the run. We will also use these checkpoints for specific skips. Right here's a little bit of a dialogue about a petrol station exploding. That is a call out to I Am Bread, the petrol level. Spoiler alert, you blow up a gas station as the piece of bread there.
Okay. Well, now I
Yeah.
have a second game to get on my show sometime.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, so as far as the mechanics of this game goes, or, you know, what's good and what's bad, your bowl does crack, and if it cracks too much, it can break. It can also instantly break in some areas. And the fish has to be in water, or it will eventually, unfortunately, perish. So you're kind of limited in some skips that we could do, because where there's like fun skips that could happen, we aren't able to do it because the fish can't make it that far, right? So that kind of time gates a lot of these levels. Coming up right here, we're going to try to roll off this early just to not be stuck on the bush for too long, but if you do it too early, you will break there, and it's kind of a lot of backtracking. But yeah, have you played this game, Inception?
I have not, but I kind of am interested. I have, of course, in addition to this, in addition to watching runs of yours in the past to see if it was a good fit for the show, I've seen this on a few different marathons before, and I just think it kind of just it feels like my vibe, you know?
It's very
Really
chill. There is a lot of
Yeah,
downtime,
chill.
but it lures you into a false sense of safety. Right here is the first car RNG portion. Bossa loves RNG. If we're lucky, we can get past this on the first try. And we do, which is, we almost didn't, but we get past it. The fastest way to actually end this level is to get hit by a car in one direction, then a car in another direction, and then into the water directly. That's only ever happened to me once. So, didn't happen, but we didn't get hit, so that's also great.
We'll take that, yeah.
We'll take it. On this level, there is a skip at the very beginning where we skip a checkpoint to save about 10 seconds in the entire level. It does mean no checkpoints for the rest of the level. I do have backups, but just for the sake of not invalidating a run immediately, I am going to grab the checkpoint just for safety. I was kind of going between doing all of the really risky strats in this run versus, you know, doing a marathon safe run. Oh, did that checkpoint go off? I think it did. Yes, it did. Okay. If you skip one checkpoint, you miss the checkpoints for the rest of the level, so we're going to be circling back and grabbing some in some areas just to sacrifice a little time for a little bit of safety. This level's pretty safe, though. Usually in an any percent run, you would just go for it. But bad things can't happen at any point. Things that you've never seen before. You know, you've heard the that's never happened before. I feel like that happens every single run of this game.
Every episode of my show ever, I think.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Yeah.
Also, what is this jar made of to endure so much trauma?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it breaks when you need it. It breaks when you need it to. And then also we get like wonderful sections like this where I could just like relax and rehydrate because I'm a fish as well and I need water. So that's why we're all fish. We all need water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get these nice sections that are just kind of good breaks for the hands and, you know, during large marathons, good for like donation reading and stuff like that. This section, we have trash, and we have trash RNG. The good thing is, if we get hit by trash, it's not the end. We want to avoid it because it'll slow us down. If you played this casually, and this is kind of a spoiler for you, Conception, you may die to the trash because you don't know that you could shake it off by either hitting other trash, that's a lot of needles, or hitting like a wall or the ground or something like that.
Okay.
It'll shake it off.
Little tip
So-
for me then.
Yes, indeed. There we go. And we're going to be coming up soon on, I guess, the main human antagonist. who really loves buckets. And his name is Greg.
Sounds like a guy who'd love buckets.
Yes. Fun fact, all named Greg love buckets. This section is really the only section where we could die, which I did earlier in a practice run, which kind of made me think, maybe I'll grab that checkpoint and be a little safe. Greg in the demo used to be so fast, like marathon runner fast. That had to change for a lot of reasons, and also these rocks used to just send the bucket flying if you touched any of them. That also had to change. The game has changed quite a bit from the early stages of its life. I think Big Law ran it at an GDQ marathon a long time ago. It was 4 levels, and I immediately knew I was going to be speedrunning this game, whatever it was when it came out. So I'll try to turn around at the end to kind of give you a view of how fast Greg runs, but let's just say he's about a little faster than Dolly, I would say.
Yeah, marginally faster than Dolly.
Marginally faster than Dolly. I mean, when Dolly kicks it into gear, Dolly gets moving, but...
Yeah.
All right, and that's level 2. So we have to start out as the goldfish. I didn't mention this, but once we finish the goldfish levels, we can go to any of the other fish that we want, as long as we do their levels in order, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I could do flying fish 1 and 2, and then piranha 1 and 2, so on and so forth. He's still lamenting his bucket. Funny enough, if he does get to the bucket, he just kicks it. So I don't know how much he really likes the bucket.
Oh, yeah, that's odd. He just wants it around to
you figure he'd hug it or something?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a fan favorite coming up soon. We talked about a lot of there is a lot of RNG in this game. More than we'd like, for sure. But this is the RNG demon god himself, Scotty. Scotty can move in any direction he chooses to, and he does influence your bowl/jar. Once again, not breaking while going down a set of stairs. Oh, here is the I Am Bread room, kitchen, first level from I Am Bread, with music. Fun fact, the music is actually in sound effects, so even if you turn the music off, that song will still play. Just a fun
choice.
Yeah. There's also some sound effects that are in music, and if you turn the music off, the sound effects are gone. So we have a skip coming up here called the Scotty Rock skip, which is pretty infamous. We basically say if we fail it, the run is cursed. Scotty has some influence over the skip. So if he's in a real bad mood today, which he often is, we could fail it. But I'll do my best. And he influences this whole section until we get rid of him, so he's just a fun guy.
Scotty's an interesting name for a fish, too.
Yeah, he was named by the community and then made Bossa Lore by Bossa Devs. All of the other fish are not named. Okay, and so we would say here that the run is blessed because Scotty actually kind of helped us there. I didn't really set that up a lot, so Scotty wants this to work for us.
Thanks, Scotty.
Thanks, Scotty. What a great guy.
Yeah, what a friend.
Unfortunately, we're going to be leaving Scotty behind in just a little bit. Again, we're respawning to reset our momentum. Otherwise, we roll back and forth, and it's just not fun. A little more RNG coming up. Will we make it? No, the RNG is you always make it. That's scripted. You make it every time.
You fooled me.
I know.
I've been bamboozled.
All right, bye, Scotty. We'll see Scotty again later. So we've seen the bowl or circular sphere thing. We've seen the bucket, and now we have Speedrunner's choice, the jar. This is the fastest. It is also probably the most rage-inducing for most people. Unfortunately, none of the NPCs are running around on their heelys. Sometimes they like to do that. Today, they're just walking. And this section is This is like the first part when you're speedrunning the game, you're like, oh wow, I have to practice this. This is just awful.
Yeah, look at all these turns. I'd be nervous. All these sharp angle turns right here.
The
Flying
thing
off
about
the edge.
Exactly. The thing about the boss of games that's funny is like you watch a speedrun of them and you're like, that doesn't seem that seems kind of slow. Oops.
Yeah, there you go.
and then you play the game yourself and you go, oh, wow. By the way, I hadn't failed that in practice, but that's okay. It happens. The estimate is more than generous. We'll be all right.
Scotty helped us out.
Yeah, Scotty already blessed it, so I'm hoping we get some good luck in some of the other skips that we have to do. Because next, after this world, we're going to be doing flying fish, and that is not fun. I mean, it's lots of fun.
I believe you.
Yeah, goldfish is kind of like the tutorial, but each of the fish has like their own fun little quirks. Even the goldfish has some fun stuff about it. But they all have like different kind of swim speeds, body types, a lot more detail than you would expect in a bossa game. I find this game to be beautifully polished. The music is stunning. It doesn't crash all the time, which is awesome, all of the time. And then there's just like fun stuff that they just didn't expect. Like there's no way they intended it, but it works so beautifully, and that's like the bossa charm. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this section is like, oh, it's easy, it's straightforward. And then when you play the game, it's like, oh, no. So you overcorrect a little bit and things go bad. There is a skip there called the Moto skip, but I recently discovered it only works if you use a skip checkpoint option, which is not allowed in runs. So we've been trying to get it in an IL run for a really long time, but the whole time we didn't realize that the skip checkpoint changes the physics of the game, which has already been banned.
Fascinating. Yeah.
I don't know why. The devs don't know why. It's crazy. So yeah, we're actually ending this level in an unintended way. And that's the end of the level for Goldfish. And we skip all the cutscenes, unfortunately, but the Goldfish gets to the ocean and he's real sad because his friends aren't there. And the Goldfish's power is basically, he's a shining beacon for the other fish to assemble into the ocean. So all the other fish see this thing jumping in the distance. And now they head out. So we're on the flying fish now. What do you think the flying fish does, Conception?
Rides horses.
Rides horses. Maybe there'll be some horses. We are going to be out in a farm here.
Ooh, wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I know. It was a good guess. We're actually going to go visit the old Barbie Ranch right now. There are no horses, unfortunately. There is a barn. I think the horses might be locked behind that. It does fly, though. And, of course, this means amazing skips. Amazing options in skips, too. You can skip checkpoints if you choose to do so. However, it means no checkpoints for the rest of the level. Very risky. And Flying Fish is extremely guilty of that. In fact, it exists on all 3 levels. It's definitely not necessary for the first level for us to skip checkpoints. It doesn't save that much time. It does save time. But for the second level, we are going to be doing somewhat risky, but we're not going to be doing the main risky strat that I've been trying to go for in runs. And on the third level, unfortunately, there's a massive auto-scroller that we have to absolutely skip checkpoints for, and you're just going to have to hope for the best for me there. One thing I am doing is as I hit the water, I am gliding right before I hit the water to try and not bottom out. If I bottom out, I lose a little momentum, so there's a little kind of strat there. It's really important on this where there's not much water. Trying to glide into the water and then jump back up, like that. Just little things to save time here and there. Okay. And right at this point is usually when we would have, that would have been our last checkpoint. You can understand that that's pretty far back in the level. Here's a piece of bread, we'll collect it for fun. That is the collectible for this game. 5 pieces of bread in each level, and of course there is a bread percent. You have to collect all the bread.
I love bread. I love bread. I love bread percent.
I love it. I have not run that category. There's also maybe. There's a new category we did introduce trying to attract new runners. No one's run it yet. where you're not allowed to skip checkpoints. It's a very different category from any percent, but it's a lot less risky. You don't feel rage-inducing moments, none of that. You get to just enjoy the chillness for the most part. Going into Yellington Market. Why do you think they call it that?
They enjoy beef Yellington.
Yeah, well, that's pretty close. They like to yell.
Oh, okay.
But beef Yellington is actually pretty funny.
Yeah, saying that was pretty close was a very generous read for me, so I appreciate that.
Well, I'm sure they sell that here.
If they don't, that's a mismarketing opportunity for sure.
Yeah. Avocados. Everyone has a favorite vendor here. And we're going to be doing a strat here where we're going to use a breathing, like, restorative area. We're going to get close to where this dead fish is to try and basically replenish our breath, because normally you're supposed to flop around in that area and you have infinite breath, and we hit it. Some of these people we can go through and some we can't. Woo! Okay, we made it. Very close. You can see the screen kind of gets dark if you run out of breath there. So there was that one lady that was roaming around. We can hit her, and there was also the guy drinking the water bottle. We can't hit him, but we can hit his water bottle, and that's very sad when that happens. I don't know why, because normally you're supposed to do that part in a bucket.
Oh yeah, that's strange collision. Interesting.
They have made a lot of strange choices, but I'm living for it. So this level was broken in a glitch hunting stream by RNL, Marshino, and myself, where we had put together some old glitches that we had found that weren't really working out, and I had discovered a jump at the very end of the level that prevented us from needing checkpoints, or from needing a bucket that we had to respawn normally. So a new IL strat had come together. Some people have attempted it and completed it in full runs, but it's incredibly risky, and now that there's a new reset point, it's really not worth going for any percent point because of a piranha level, which will be the next fish we go to. So yeah, normally we would knock down that tower with a very precise jump, but instead, we're going to do a very fun out of bounds. This game has all of the strategies.
Cannot wait to see what an out of bounds looks like in this.
Yeah, it's this tiny rock they forgot about. They did a great job of covering up most of the areas in I Am Fish, actually, but they left one out. Or they actually left a couple out, but this one matters. And we are out of bounds. Now, if I die before hitting this, not the next checkpoint, but the checkpoint after this, it is a soft lock, so we're going to do our best not to let that happen. It is pretty easy to do that. So I'm going to try to be a little safe with it. Okay, we got the checkpoint. Should be good. I'm going around for a little safety. Okay. Let me come back in. Yada! We're back in bounds.
Well done.
Yes, instead, and normally we would have to move one of these small, what are they called, mine carts? And it's slow, a lot faster than Greg and Dolly, but still slow. So we're not going to do that. Okay, there we go, waiting for the water level to rise. Yeah, the IL strats for this level are just interesting, and how we came about like discovering them was just hilarious. It is miserable because I am attempting them in my any percent runs now, and basically it's one of those situations where you have no checkpoints for the rest of the level, and we have a skip at the very end of the level that is tough.
Yeah, I can imagine how frustrating that would be. It's basically a run killer, essentially.
It is. Speaking of run killers, I got caught underneath that exclamation point sign and could not move the other day, and I almost cried because the run was going so well. Oh no! I think we have to respawn. Unfortunate. That was not a good place for that to happen. Oh well. These things happen. Like I said, the places you don't think you could die, you get lulled into like a false sense of security, and then you just, oops. The pipe didn't shoot me the way I wanted, and I didn't fly right, so. There's a possibility that I could have wiggled my way down, but it didn't look good.
Gotta imagine wiggling as a fish is particularly slow.
It is slow. You got a little bit of it with the goldfish going into that jar in that last section, but luckily it was faster than usual, so it wasn't that painful. So we have these gates we have to open. It is not that fast, unfortunately. We've tried to find ways to skip moving this bucket all the way to the next section, but it's just not possible. There would be a skip, but again, unfortunately, the fish runs out of breath before we can make it there, so it's just what it is. It's kind of nice to have, like, it's got its own unique, like, way. You know, you have games nowadays that have, like, their flag system where, like, you actually cannot progress or skip something unless you complete this objective. This game just, it doesn't have any of that. You can go directly to the end of most levels, but you have to be able to breathe or drink. Do fish breathe?
Yeah.
I don't.
They breathe the drink as far as I know.
They breathe the drink. So we get a little bit more lore here about what bobs are. And it stands for like biological, organic, something or other. But basically it's what made the bread. And it was basically like a hyper-intelligence organism that you could consume and become more intelligent. So it was for this doctor's son who's a baker to become a surgeon instead or something like that. And the bread was what was tested on, and it made itself out into Barnardshire. So made that icebox section look really easy. That is a very hard part of the game. And here we're going to do a full bucket skip, hopefully. We can do it. So we're skipping a bucket here, hopefully. Again, running out of breath. Barely making it to the water. And then this is the jump that you have to do on your first try if you're doing the IL strats. And you'll see why it's outrageous. I don't know if we'll get it. I'm going to give it a couple shots. Oops. Oh. Heck. Oh, I missed a checkpoint. That's not good. Okay. I don't know how I missed that checkpoint though. That should have gotten. That's fine. We're okay. Oh, I know I missed the checkpoint. I didn't grab this back here.
I see.
It's what happens when you are practicing any % full runs and not. It's okay. We're not that far back. It's not a problem.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's a little bit at most.
Next level's the one we got to worry about. All right, here we go. We get attempt number 2. We get to see the bucket skip again, though. So you're normally supposed to shoot you straight into that bucket, but I'm redeploying my wings basically just to skip that. Buckets are very slow. Flying is very fast. Okay, now we have the checkpoint no matter what. There is some levels where it's really easy to miss the checkpoint too, even if you're like doing normal strats, just not good. Okay, but we get it first try this time.
We'll take that.
There we go, and that is the strat. That is the jump you have to do at the very end of the level with no checkpoints, with a bunch of other parts where you can die.
Well done.
Now we move on to what I was talking to Conception earlier. Most broken level in this entire game. This level was unplayable on Xbox Game Pass when it came out. It was also unplayable if you had a non-NVIDIA graphics card for a different reason. Hopefully we do not. There is a graphical glitch that can happen. It's extremely rare. I haven't seen it in a while, so of course it's probably going to happen today. But basically, like, the game will just turn into a void. And on non-NVIDIA graphics cards, that happened consistently on this level and some others. That is fixed for the most part. It can still happen occasionally on this level in particular. But the final Flying Fish level is at the airport, which is perfect. I think it's a perfect setting for that.
Mm-hmm, that feels right.
I don't know why there's an airport at, why there's an elevator from like a secret lab that goes directly into an airport, but I think the devs can explain that. I think they have explained that in some other marathon runs.
Oh, I'm sure.
So. And it's a pretty beautiful area. There's a lot of cool skips that we can do, a lot of cool potential skips that the devs have kind of, they actually did put some flags in here that we have to go through, and otherwise we could jump straight to the luggage area, which we can't, unfortunately. Oh. Yeah, flying fish levels are, when you start speedrunning this game, you just practice and practice and practice and practice. Because the flying fish is not intuitive. The controls, like, you have to become intimately familiar with the controls in bossa games in general, and it just feels so nice when you get there. You'll feel it, and it feels great. Okay. So, normally I would have no checkpoints for the rest of this level. I am going to just do a safety checkpoint and fly back here. I almost didn't go for it, but I'm going to grab it because, you know, full run.
Yeah.
There is a chance of a soft lock on the final jump of this level. It is not an easy jump. If that happens, we are not going to replay the whole level. Instead, I am going to use I'm going to have to restart the level and skip checkpoints all the way to that section, and it'll be technically an invalid run, but it's fine. That's part of this run. This level is actually the reason why a lot of people stop running the game, if I'm being perfectly honest. But it is that bad. it is that hard.
Now I don't know what I want to happen more. You did it to fail and then see what that means.
Well, it just means I restart the level, skip a bunch of checkpoints, and go back to where we were.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Now, this is the area where the void can happen, so we're hoping for that. We had... Okay, a little bit of a NPC boost there. You can imagine not having checkpoints here. We can get our bucket kicked off. We can die on this escalator. So much can go wrong. Okay. And then we have like 3 or 4 very difficult back-to-back jumps. Say hi to the chat. Hi, chat. Love you. You're all cute.
Yeah, chat's loving you. Chat is loving you. They're passing along a lot of love.
Awesome. If you see any questions from anybody, feel free to let me know, and I'll interrupt me.
Yes, we'll do. I'll keep an eye out. Somebody also said it's like Stray, but fish.
Yeah, it is. Oh, there's Greg. He lost his passport. They're not letting him go on his vacation. He's had a hard week after losing his bucket.
Poor Greg.
Poor Greg. So there are a lot of different strategies we can do here, but we're going to try to do the one that gets at least a checkpoint before doing a bunch of hard stuff. So this will be the last checkpoint we're going to grab. Even if I fail this a few times, it is faster than going through the auto-scroller. Okay. So normally I could just jump straight to a suitcase here. Why are the suitcases full of water? Ask TSA. I don't know.
Yeah, what's going on back here? They're having a time.
Good thing we got
Why
the
are they
checkpoint.
open and taking in sprinkler water?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Bossa World. I will say, if you played this game and you were not able to complete it, I would give it another try, because this level does work now, except in certain circumstances in Iron Fish mode, I believe it does not. But other than that, I hit my tail fin right there, and I lost all my flying there. Give it another go. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to do this jump. My favorite way is extremely difficult. You do it directly from that bucket that we jumped out of. And that jump is very precise, and it's called suitcaseless. We don't use suitcases.
Oh, they're just things that push the luggage along. Okay, I thought they were like the backside of computer monitors.
They are necessary because if in the normal auto-scroller, you are in the fishbowl again, and you would be basically pushed along with that. All right, hopefully we're okay here with RNG. So there's a 50-50 of what this is going to go down, and we get the good one, except it turns sideways, which is not good. Ooh!
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is not great. We don't want this. I will figure this out in a moment. I
Can
have
these
to think.
suitcases run out of water?
The suitcases cannot run out of water. Oh, okay. That's a little better. I have an angle now. Okay. Ooh, I like that one, but is there another one coming? We're just gonna have to go for it. We're gonna have to go for it. Yeah, these suitcases are RNG as well. More RNG for you. This is not the intended way to do the level either. I mean, jumping suitcase to suitcases is, but this path in particular is not. Normally you would take a suitcase into this last little plane section. If I die in this plane section, it is a soft lock. And I will have to restart. So we have one more important jump to do. Hold on to your dollies, everybody.
Why are all these suitcases empty as well?
That's TSA.
Oh, okay. They're just out here emptying the suitcases and filling with water and hoping people don't notice.
Sorry. Okay, we made it. Woo! Casually making one of the most important jumps in the run. Oh, the run shall remain valid for now. There's another level that this could happen on as well.
Wow. GG.
GG indeed. We do have to wait for the plane to get over water, or we just die as well, which would also soft lock the level, so we have to wait a little bit. Oh, there is a cool glitch that you can do on this level, but you need a over 120 hertz monitor in order to do it, and you have to put the game on VSync. It's banned, but I just thought that was kind of cool to mention.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. It's like FPS based, but you have to like bypass what the FPS cap is in this game, which is 120. Sorry, you need a 144 hertz monitor. And since it's hardware based, it's obviously banned, but you basically skip the entire plane. I don't know how. Just interesting things. This is the Piranha. And I kind of already spoiled what he does.
Yeah.
He's a biter.
I didn't get to make a dumb joke about what I think the Piranha does.
I forgot to, my bad.
No, it's not your fault. They're too fast. Too fast, too speedy.
Yes. So the flying fish had a kind of movement tech where we would jump out of the water to move a little bit faster. The Piranha actually is the fastest swimming fish. Not IRL, but in this game, as you're moving in a straight line, if you bite, you move faster. So in a straight line, it's actually the fastest fish. You can break this window with a hammer or a sandwich, but the hammer's got better physics and the sandwich is just brutal. More car RNG. I'm probably going to die here, actually, because, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to wait for the next car to go. The cars are cycle-based, but where they are in the road is a little different. They can be all the way up on the right side, or they can be hugging the left side pretty darn close. We get kind of an idea based on what they look at from a distance, and then we can just adjust accordingly. This is the skill-based level. All skill checks. This level is all jar pretty much the entire time. Very difficult, very painful. Speedrunner's dream. I'll do my best though, but there's great chance of failure. Okay. That is part 1 done. So many levels that can make or break your run, but that's what one good thing about this run is a lot of people do IL runs, which are definitely a good way to speedrun this game. If you're not looking to like fully commit to the game, IL strats are pretty fun, different from any percent strats. Yeah, that one's tough. I got a little nervous.
It looks really narrow, yeah.
Yeah, you get in your head, and you over adjust, and it's miserable. Some reason, yeah. Oof. Your camera angle also determines this too, so. This was the level I was practicing the most, so it doesn't surprise me that I'm now struggling on it. When your nerves are shot.
Oh, you're
Okay.
doing great. You're doing great. Keep
We
it
made
up.
it. First try.
First third try.
Yes. And this part's also deceptively difficult. It doesn't look as bad as that last one, but there is a lot of ways to get permanently stuck there. And now we have the seagulls. The seagulls are mean, and they had to be nerfed because they were too strong. And people were complaining about them. They
Just
will,
like
that meter
IRL.
will fill up. Yes, just like IRL. They will steal your food and your soul. Okay. If the fish isn't moving, the bar will go down. Oh, unfortunately, that did not work. Okay, I'm gonna try to get the seagull meter a little low because I don't want to die here. Okay, or get pushed here. This level isn't so bad. There is one other level where we have to do an out of bounds while the seagulls are flying at us, and it is miserable because the out of bounds involves really weird geometry, and if they touch us, we die.
They are scary.
They are.
They are no joke. Oh,
Hey, it got me.
that was
Okay.
terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. I didn't expect that one to hit me. There's a lineup here to skip an entire puzzle section, but it is not easy, so it may take a couple tries. That looks good. Beautiful. So normally a seagull will hit us into a puzzle section. Hopefully we're good. We're good. Okay.
That looks close. Okay.
Close. All right. So I know we've already played flying fish, but did you know that there is a fish that can fly faster and further than the flying fish?
Please tell me it's the piranha.
It is the piranha. This is called, coming up in a little bit, and you'll see I'm biting to move faster in a straight direction. This is the last level where we're going to be, not the last level, but the last long level where we're going to be skipping checkpoints, and if I die later on in the level, we may have to restart the level and skip to the end or whatever. I don't even know what to say. This is called a piranha pult. I'm going to just do it, and then it might take me a few tries. There's no way I'm going to get a first try what RNL did in her run and go all the way to where we need to go. It's not going to happen. That was outrageous luck. I'm proud of her for it, but that's not going to happen today. There's no way. Anyways, here it is. Got lifted by a tree.
Wow.
So-
I really thought for a second. I was
I
like,
thought it was fast, but it wasn't where we needed it. Unfortunately lifted us a little bit at the end. Yeah. So we are basically, and this one might be good enough to keep going. No, we got stuck in a rock. Me doing this over and over again is faster than doing the level, by the way. That looks like we can work with this. This is fine. We're not going to go all the way to the end of the level, but I'll take it. Good exhibition of that. We're basically biting the vine, respawning, and then we're rubber banding back to the vine. So it's a rubber band, basically, and we're then letting go. So we fly, we basically just go flying like a rubber band. That's exactly what it is. So that is the piranha pult. It is probably the main run killer now, because you want to get that in a couple tries, and you also can get shot all the way to right before the puzzle room, which will be coming up on a second. And funny enough, even though we don't have a recording of it, you can also, there are areas where you can piranha pult all the way to the end of the level. We do not have a recording of it. I have done it. I have not completed the level of it. Of course, I was not recording at the time, because when you're recording for like 5 hours plus, you just like stop because it's not going to happen, right? And
yeah, that's how it always goes.
Then it happens when you're not recording.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm kind of guilty of that a lot. A lot of the strats that we've found, I've found them first, not recording, and then I've had to like spend another 2 hours on getting a recording of it.
That's brutal.
We have not completely gone directly to the end of the level. There's like an end point where you could actually launch the fish all the way to that end point. We have not done that, but I did skip this room, which it would be a ridiculous time save. And this skip in particular is kind of why we made the category of not skipping checkpoints. Being required to go through the checkpoints makes the run a little more fun, I would say. Although I love that skip. You can still do it. You just have to do it to a checkpoint and then do it to another checkpoint. Yeah. This run is just so fun of all different kinds of things. It's just great.
Oh, yeah.
So, more cars coming up in a little bit. We're going to try to bypass this puzzle room in an unintended way. We're going to fill up the water all the way instead of like getting it to the level it's supposed to be at. And then we're going to try to swim out before it fills up all the way. Good. Waiting for that click noise to make sure that I've turned it enough. Woo! Okay, right here I already skipped checkpoints, so I have no checkpoints. I am trying to do a little launch here to the first puddle. There's a chance that a car might hit me, and we'll have to skip checkpoints to this point, unfortunately. That's just the nature of the run. Woo! All right, perfect landing.
Nailed it.
That is beautiful. We love to see that. All right, and we're just waiting for some cars. These cars were also nerfed. The game was so difficult that devs really had to make it easier. I was fine with them not changing a lot of it, but some of it was for the better. I don't mind the games being difficult, but this is definitely Boss's most friendly game. And I think they hit the nail on the head with this one. In so many ways. But yeah, if you're watching and you're interested in speedrunning this, or even interested in playing this, like, ignore the reviews. A lot of those were because the game was broken on release. The game works now. It's beautiful. It's polished. You probably won't crash, probably, and it's lots of fun. Here's the gas station, by the way, from I Am Bread. You'll see it in just a moment to the left. I'm waiting for another car to go because I missed my chance. That is the gas station that we blew up, luckily leaving this fish a bunch of potholes to swim in. Okay. And on this last pothole, we're going to try to do a cutscene skip. Got it.
Wow. Nice.
Woo! Okay. So there's usually a cutscene there where Greg gets hit or causes a car crash because of the piranha, and he has to go to the hospital. So poor Greg once again, but you didn't see it because we skipped the cutscene. And they decided to just freeze the piranha into a block of ice and bring it with them. Why not? This is a little bit of Surgeon Simulator 2, which I haven't played, but one thing I like to do is switch to, like, whenever I have the ice on the side, I like to switch to it like this. It has to do with the amount of space the piranha can swim around in. It's a lot easier to control the block of ice like this. And we're going to be biting to increase our speed. If we go too fast, the ice will break. I'm going to try to avoid some of that in some areas. This next room can be kind of a pain. Hopefully we'll bounce back into... Oh, we did not. Unfortunate. That's okay. So this ice is a lot harder to control here. These radiators melt the ice. If you get melted too much, you will break. I'm not respawning there because this section is kind of short and we're going to potentially have to respawn again in a moment to adjust this, so... And we could get flipped around here as well, back to where we need to be. Conception, have you played Surgeon Simulator?
I think I played some of the first one way back.
Yeah, the first one, right?
Yeah.
So this is the desk from Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah, this looks vaguely familiar.
That is the music. If you could hear that, I'm not sure you could. We're gonna get a good flip here. Nice. And you know how you play that game with one arm?
Mm-hmm.
You ever wonder why?
I'm afraid to ask or wonder now.
Well, you're about to find out.
Okay.
Who's there?
I'm
You
nervous.
shouldn't be here. I'm practicing.
I see. Okay.
Yes. I overshot a little bit. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind.
Is it surgery you want?
All right, anyways. Moving on. That is Nigel from Surgeon Simulator. Yeah, that was... We're just going to move on from that.
Bob,
So this is...
you're delaying.
I'm so flustered right now. Okay, so here's prop RNG. These props can fall in a bad way where we might just have to respawn. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We might be okay. We're not okay. We have to respawn.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to... Yeah, there we go. Wonderful. Unfortunately, we didn't land the way we wanted to land for this next section, so we're going to respawn again. So we already did Nigel skip 1, and this is going to be Nigel skip 2. Depending on what happens, it could look really funny. It's one of the more funny interactions. I'm going to try to line it up so it does it, but either way, we should be okay. The game doesn't think you're going to go this way,
Interrupting my important practice.
because it doesn't think you're going to go this fast. Uh-oh.
Hey!
Well, we're good.
Yeah, luckily
I think
Nigel's
we're
not super fast either, huh?
He is a lot faster than Greg, surprisingly. He's got
Oh,
two
well.
legs, just one arm, but so...
Bar's in the basement for that.
Yeah. Hopefully Greg's getting his legs checked out while he's getting treated for the car accident as well. My goodness. Okay. Yeah, ice is not easy. And also, if it looks like I'm slowing down intentionally in some areas, that's because I am. A lot of these corners are hard to turn, and also if you go too fast and smack into something, your ice does just shatter, which is not fun. The game really gates on how fast you can go in some areas. Makes it kind of chill.
This area is closed. You're interrupting my important practice.
Again, slowing down here. That door can also break you if you go into it too fast, but then also we have to turn this corner. Squeamishness alert for those who are blood squeamish, I guess.
Good call, good call.
You can't have a piranha, fish game without a blood section. It's necessary. Hey. Alrighty. This section is a pain, casually and as a speedrunner, because you feel like you're doing all the right inputs and you're not. We have to fill up this room with AB blood from a volunteer donor. Volunteer in quotations. Ooh, and I was trying to bite the other bag. Different bags have different blood values, which fills up the room different amounts of blood. So getting that bag, it has the most blood in it. And getting it early is kind of nice because it'll keep on filling up the room while we grab more. And also, we don't have to deal with this awkward jump, which the game wants you to do. Okay, there we go. A little easier now. And we don't know exactly how many blood bags you need or which blood bags you need to fill up this room. We just bite more than we need because it fills up at like a rate that's kind of slow. So we have plenty of time to bite more than we need anyways, so we just kind of been doing that. I'm sure someone will do the math at some point, but or not the math, just like test it, I guess.
Right.
Another cool thing is when you bite as the piranha, you actually get a little bit more distance. So we can kind of try to bite early and bite this handle. Ooh, almost.
Ooh, that was close. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do the... You have to bite as you're coming out of the water. Poot loops. Come on. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. And just like that, real blood physics, the entire hospital back area is now flooded with blood.
Imagine working here and finding this.
The janitor just quits.
Yeah, I would. Everyone should at that point.
You know what? It'd be funny if they just had a janitor in the side, like trying to mop this up, like just a mop in a single bucket. That'd be kind of funny. There's not enough blood though. We need more.
Why is there a pipe full of it? That doesn't seem practical.
In case you run out of the volunteer blood.
Wait, where did this blood come from?
I don't know what this blood came from.
If not volunteer, then where?
Non-volunteer.
No. No.
Oh, it's Greg.
Oh no, Greg. What are you even doing here?
It's actually just fruit punch.
Oh yeah.
This is fun. Oh, you can't see it. If you get out there before the cutscene happens, you'll just see blood like coming out of the window, which is kind of funny.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. And this is the last level for the piranha, so you can say goodbye to the piranha for now. Sadly, he's such a cutie. But we get to go on to, I think, most people's favorite fish, which is the puffer fish. Yeah, very The Shining kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Nice.
And also, as you collect the fish, the cutscenes get progressively cuter as the other fish help the goldfish, like, keep them motivated, basically, to recruit the other fish.
I love that. What a sense of community.
It is. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. I teared up watching the opening cutscene. It was so sad.
Oh.
I did. I'm a little bit of a sap for it. I kind of messed up this beginning. There's a kind of cool thing you could do, but it ain't happening now.
That's all right.
So this is the pufferfish. You can go faster actually by leaning against the bowl and puffing against it. It is harder to control that way, but that whole beginning section, we can break out of this early and kind of do a early like checkpoint respawn, which pufferfish is known for doing. Even casual players, when playing the game, will discover speedrun strats just because of how the checkpoint system works in this game. They'll just, break their bowl and they'll be like, oh, well, what if I just roll to the checkpoint?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it works. Most of the time. Alrighty. So yeah, I kind of already spoiled what the pufferfish does. But the pufferfish has a lot of really cool things that it does outside of rolling. So we'll save that for another level. But this level is all about rolling, very chill. So you got any? If anyone has any questions about the game, or Conception, if you have any questions about the game, this would be a great time to ask it because it's a pretty chill section.
All right, yeah. Let's see some questions here in the chat here and see if we can get something here. I'm gonna try and scroll back and see if we can find anything that we might have lost by.
I'll just keep talking. I'm a motor mouth. I'll just keep going.
Please keep going. I'll let you know if I find something.
Okay. Yeah, this fish is just mad cute. They all are.
They really are. They really are. I agree.
Yeah, I really like this level in particular because it's like after all of that nonsense that you had to go through, you get just this nice breath of fresh air. And if you're going for a world record run and you're ahead like 30 seconds to a minute here, you're like, oh my gosh, I get a break before the stress comes back. It just feels good. It feels like well spaced and just nice. I saw that.
Okay.
Pufferfish saltwater. There are some freshwater ones, but this one is not. This is a saltwater pufferfish. That's why they're trying to get back to the ocean. The goldfish is, however, freshwater, and it's also trying to get to the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked, does the pufferfish count as an orb? Yes, of course it does. And then someone asked how long you've been running I Am Fish. Have you been running it since the game launched, or?
So there was a demo competition, which I'm not going to get into a rant about that anyways. But those who participated in the competition, I'm not going to get to that. Those who participated in the competition are actually in the credits of this demo, which includes Big Law, who did run this at SGDQ, and myself and a few others. So I have been speedrunning it since the demo, basically. I do speedrun bossa games and games with unintuitive controls primarily. So this game was always on my radar, but after I saw the Big Law speedrun, I said, yeah, absolutely, I'm going to invest a lot of time into this. So Since release, which I want to say was 2020. Full game has not been at a GDQ marathon, but I hope one year it will be. It's just such an amazing game. Go.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Somebody asked if after, I'm presuming this means like after a PB or a successful run of some sort, do you enjoy some sushi afterwards?
So usually if I get a world record, I order pizza, but that's been for like every speedrun game. I do like sushi though, more than pizza.
Well, there you
so
go.
It's not a bad idea to do that for this game in particular.
I am fish variation world recorded meal.
That's right. So this is another very enjoyable level up to a point. It gets very difficult. Right now I'm doing what I call big puff jumps. Other people in the community will call it mega jumps. I just think big puff jumps sounds way more fun. Basically, rather than swimming up like this and rolling, I am puffing and then I am unpuffing right as I hit the water surface, or like this. Now I have to actually go back and grab the checkpoint because even though that is faster, I don't want an oopsie to happen here. So we're gonna go grab this checkpoint.
Fair enough.
That is faster to do that big puff jump there. It's just very easy. It's just one of those checkpoints that's very easy to miss and definitely not one we want to miss. I've missed that one before on what would have been a world record and then died somewhere silly. That wouldn't have lost me a lot of time with the checkpoint, but I didn't have the checkpoint, so it brought me all the way back there. And I just cried. I didn't cry. I only cry on the opening cutscene. I rip my hair out when runs go bad.
Good. There's an interesting question here. It might require a little thought, but let's see. So Bassa/Tiny Build wants to treat you to a sushi dinner and give you $1 million for being the greatest I Am Fish Runner alive. Caveat, your meal must be from one of these fish. Which fish do you pick and why?
One of these fish?
Yeah, so the ones you play as, presumably, but I took from that.
Oh, only one of them is actually good sushi fish, though, and I would not risk that one, which would be the puffer.
Okay.
Because, like, I would eat puffer in a small amount, but, like, that much puffer fish would be very risky.
Okay, well, it didn't say how much of the fish you had to eat, so we can go with that as the answer.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what the other ones taste like. I guess I would try the goldfish.
Be easy to go down, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
Very small.
I would try the goldfish. Well, you get a lot of it though, right? $1 million?
No, so they give you $1 million.
Oh, sushi dinner.
Not even sushi. It just says they give you $1 million.
I thought it was $1 million of sushi. I was about to say, I'm not eating $1 million of puffer fish.
No. Essentially what they're doing is they're giving you $1 million, but you only get the $1 million if you eat one of these fish.
Oh, I'd eat all of them.
Okay,
I misunderstood the question.
But if you only got to eat one, which one do you pick?
Oh, puffer fish.
There you go. And then the answer
now it's my
remains the
answer.
same. Yes.
And honestly, if bad things happen from that, it was meant to be.
You got $1 million, so you could probably, get the medical treatment.
Someone else could get the $1 million. I've always wanted to try pufferfish too. That's the thing. I've just been a little scared.
I've heard it's one of those fishes that has to be prepared very correctly, or it's like bad for you, right? Is that the case?
Yeah, I don't know if you like die from it, but I know it's very bad. I think you do. I think you do die from it. Ooh. Well, this section's fine. I could just swim through these thorns. I'll probably go about as slow as Dolly, but I'm a little faster. But man, that horse has just really won a place in my heart. I'm gonna be honest.
That was very, very funny.
All I was thinking of like a really long GIF, like emote of that, like just a minute or 2 minute long GIF of Dolly moving very slowly would be really funny.
An animated emote that takes 2 minutes to execute.
Yeah, so I don't know why so like that is an intended mechanic for the pufferfish to like go up, but it's kind of weird that like when you unpuff coming out of the water, you go even higher than you're intended to go. And we use that for all sorts of skips, especially in the finale. The finale, it's so fun. There needs to be DLC for this game. I know that Tiny Build now owns the IP, so I hope they do that. finale and this extra space level is why there needs to be DLC for this game. Okay. We got the seagulls back. This is that section I was referring to where sad things can happen, Conception. And we're just gonna hope they don't.
No, they're not going to. It's all happy times here.
Yeah. And the run just goes on longer if it happens, so it's fine.
Yeah, more content.
More content. I have been known to throw for content.
A lot of people who are on this show have been for some reason.
I try not to do it on marathon runs, but or show runs, but I'll do it in my world records. I love throwing world records for content.
Oh, who doesn't, you know?
It's just funny. It's like, oh, the run's not good enough. You know what? Just another day.
Some other time.
Okay. I am letting the meter on these seagulls go down a little bit because they are pesky here. So this is called Bar Skip. And there's an extended version of it called Far Jar. Not Fart Jar, Far Jar. And it is hilarious because you take this jar through all sorts of wonky geometry and roll in certain directions. And, uh-oh. We got a screamer. It missed.
All right. Nice.
Whoosh. We should be good. Oh, one more. All right. Now we're a little bit in the clear.
I didn't even see where that last one went.
Oh, no. Okay. I promise I didn't do this on purpose. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow. Down the hill.
I promise. They're not going to believe me.
What were you saying about throwing for content? Or?
I'm almost as embarrassed as I was earlier when I asked that one question that I regret now. That happened in practice too, and I was like, "Oh, well, it won't happen. It won't happen on the run because it happened in practice."
No way.
I've never been so sweaty speedrunning a game before.
Especially one that takes place in the water.
I know. Okay. Aha! Dodged. Oh. Meter. Okay. We made it first try, but we're just gonna do it twice in a row because it's so cool.
It takes even more skill to do it 2 times in a row.
Yeah. Sadly, there's like these cool jumps you can do in the bar if you go the bar path. It is relevant because of the new category we opened, but we haven't done it in a very long time because we found this, and it saves so much time because we skipped the whole bar. I'm gonna just wipe my hands. Of all the time, there's so many times where I could have wiped my hands, and I don't know why I did it then. Probably because I just didn't want to die again. Okay, we're gonna go far out to the left this time. Sacrifice seconds to save a minute.
Mm-hmm.
As we should. Do we have any more questions?
Let's see.
Here.
Well,
anyone interested in running?
I don't know about that necessarily. I'm sure, but a lot of people are enjoying the run regardless. A lot of people were elaborating on what makes the pufferfish especially dangerous to eat. Apparently, it is related to a poisonous gland that needs to be removed with very, very much care. So apparently, that is what makes them dangerous, and it can release some kind of nervous system attacking thing.
Does it kill you?
Terrifying. Apparently, it can. Apparently.
Yeah, so that's why that's why I would not eat $1 million of pufferfish, because I guarantee you,
yes,
it'll be the millionth one that does it. Or well, I guess it wouldn't be $1 million pufferfish for $1 million, but you know what I mean.
It'd be the last one, yeah.
The last pufferfish.
Yeah, I got.
All right, we're in the clear now. I was still being casual about it, but now we're safe. Rest of the run is smooth sailing. Things can go wrong, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Yeah, get another little chill section. I saw that one question, and I saw the name, and it's good to see you.
I saw that too, and I was like, I appreciate it, but I wasn't going to try. Didn't want to accidentally dox anybody.
Yeah, I would dox myself, and I could dox people, so I don't want to do that.
No, yeah. You mentioned that you run other games by this developer, yes?
So Bossa, I'm probably the #1 Bossa fan and critic. Usually if I'm speedrunning on marathons or shows, I'm always going to be very positive. But I'm also a realist as well when it comes to things. But yeah, Bossa has some of my favorite games because they have mechanics that literally nobody else has. Some really cool, charming things. The glitches are usually pretty fun. So yeah, I've been a big Bossa fan for a long time. So like I Am Bread was the first one, that first game I ever speedran, and Surgeon Simulator I worked on for a long time, getting world record in that game. But this game is just so much better. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's the end of that level. You're supposed to fish with that guy, but there's like an end checkpoint. I don't know.
Interesting. So obviously, I Am Fish is your #1. It seems you have a big passion for the game. What's your #2 of those games? Is it I Am Bread? Is it Surgeon Simulator? What you got?
Oh, so it's hard because I have to like think about which one. This game I have so many things I love about that makes it so easy to pick this one. Those games have so many things that are just awful about speedrunning, like in particular, that makes it hard for me to choose which one. Probably I Am Bread, just for the fact that it has more of a special place in my heart. Both the games have a memory leak and crash quite often, so it makes it really annoying to speedrun them because you'll be in the middle of a run and the game will crash. It's just like, okay, great. But I Am Bread does it less, so.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
That also is helpful. Oh yeah, we're in a nightclub. Never been to one.
Especially not as a pufferfish.
Especially not as a pufferfish. Woo! We're gonna see some great dance moves.
Oh, let's see them.
Yeah!
Woo! Look at that footwork.
I know. And this is usually the level where people playing the game for the first time are like, oh, I could just skip things. I'm a speedrunner. And it's like, yeah, you are. Good job.
That's right.
Anyone could speedrun this game. This level in particular is great for it. Getting kicked around a little bit. It's okay. And we're in the bucket again. We're going to try to keep the bucket as long as we can. But we don't need it in a lot of these sections, so it's not the end of the world if we lose it. This level is pretty fun to end on. And we have one more vehicle to go into, or second to last vehicle to go into. And you've seen this game, so you know who or what it is, or who it is specifically. But chat might not.
Yeah, yeah.
So I spoiled it. It is a person.
Have some ideas.
I'm terrible with spoilers. Okay. I love that little toe tap dance. Very fun. Or the funky chicken dance over here, whatever this is.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots of people doing that.
Just on the floor. Okay.
Yeah, they're chilling. Like I said, we don't need the bucket. Yes, we do.
We're in the queue for the toilet, mate. Sod off.
Here we go. Oh. Woo. Speaking of eating pufferfish.
There.
I shouldn't have done that.
Greg,
So-
you get yourself in these positions.
I know. Greg can't handle the puffer. So, there is a cool thing we can do here to speed things up a little bit. I'm going to be careful in some of these sections. They're called Greg boosts, and they're wildly inconsistent. Greg is acting like a bucket right now, but he's got like a different interior, so it moves effectively differently. But if we puff, let's see if this works. If we puff, oop, we don't. I need to be careful with it because there's another glitch. We might not get it today. We'll try it. We have one more place we can try it, or two more places we can try it. If we puff, nope.
All right.
I'm just lying. There was no skip at all. There you go.
Oh, there you go. That was fast.
It was fast if we kept going in that direction. So it is incredibly hard to control, and no one's actually done that in a run. There is something that we do in a run that I discovered in conjunction with another glitch you can do, and it's called the poot.
Toilets.
It's also known as Greg Poops. So we will show that off in a moment, hopefully. It doesn't happen all that often, but basically we're going to clip out of Greg in an unintended way, and then we're going to clip into a toilet if we can pull it off. Greg does have this meter where he will eventually vomit. I'm sorry for all the grossness of this game. All right, we're gonna go for Greg poops here. Come on, Greg. Give the people what they want.
So close, Greg. You can do it.
I don't think we're gonna get lucky. Ooh, not over there, not over there. Go this way. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Maybe fine. Not fine.
Not fine. Oh no.
Ah, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. It happened.
I'm so sorry. We have to go through the whole Greg section again. All right, we're not going to try that again. I really wanted to show off the toilet clip after.
Chug!
This is why we have generous estimates.
I think
That's right.
something else was in that pint, Greg. Turn handle your drink.
All right, we're just going to go regular, no Greg boost, because you can clip out on the dance floor and then you have to do the whole thing again. We don't want to do that again. So we're going to go mock speed with Greg without any special sauce. So here we go.
Mock speed.
Yeah, as dolly speed.
That seems
Might be more at the speed of dolly. Go, Greg.
like lightning.
Yes.
To find toilets. Where are the toilets?
Also, a very roundabout way of getting to the bathroom, I feel like, but
These people are in the way. You
Yeah.
can see their dance moves again, though.
they are styling.
Where
Yeah.
are
This
That
person's
guy's got a
just
vest.
jamming.
toilets?
Also well dressed for a nightclub too. I love it.
Are the toilets?
So you're gonna see the intended method now. Unless you want me to go for it again. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's too long.
Yeah.
It did happen in like 180% run, and I was so happy.
Toilets?
It is quite rare. So this is the intended way. We just go do this. Yeah.
And there we go.
And there we go. Okay. We're almost done with the pufferfish. And then sadly, we will only have the finale remaining. But the finale is also fantastic, and it is everything you could hope for. So we'll get to enjoy that. All right. Just trying to do a little strat there. Didn't work out. Of course. Using the big puff jump to kind of not have to go as low into the water as you normally would. Kind of just one of those ways to save time. This area is a pain to do fast because sometimes the fish has like different physics when it's in a ball form and when it's not in a ball form, and its little tail like messes things up. So sometimes you'll just go through it and you'll look like a pro, and then other times you'll just like, that's pretty bad. But we're on to the finale. I'm gonna skip this cutscene, but just know that the fish all made it to the ocean. They're very happy, but they get caught and they get brought back into the aquarium. So.
Bummer.
It is a bummer. Bummer indeed. So you just saw Greg tapping on the glass. We just saw Scotty in the fish tank a moment ago. I don't know if we saw him or not. And there's a bunch of different paths we could take. And if you're playing this casually, you're like, oh, I'll take the bowl. Once you start speedrunning, you know what vehicle you have to take. The jar. And this jar section was failed in the current world record the first time. Which is very sad to have at the end of a very good run, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, this fish might have to be sacrificed. Yeah. Sorry, bud.
We're not going to see it, though. It didn't happen.
Off
'cause
screen.
It wasn't on the screen.
We didn't see it. We probably did not hear it. Did not hear the glass break.
Yeah.
That was from something else. That was like a beaker, some lab.
Yep, nothing.
Okay. Yeah, that section, when you're trying to whip around the corners in that section, it is tough. So this level, we get to play as all of the fish, which is so cool because the... Excuse me, game? Hold on a minute. I might have to restart the level. I did not get a checkpoint. And we absolutely need checkpoints on this. So we get to say hi to Scotty again. That's never happened before. Literally, that is. I actually can't fathom what happens there.
Like I said, it happens every episode. We get one.
Okay, we got it. I don't know how these checkpoints are like. They're like scripted checkpoints. I don't know how we didn't get them.
Yeah, you definitely hopped in this tank. I have no idea how you could have missed this checkpoint, especially. Like, I have no idea.
The heck?
You know what this was? It was to save this fish, obviously.
Yeah, this time we're gonna save it. You know what? I'm gonna make an effort to save it. Not that much of an effort, though.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
It's fine, everyone. It's fine.
It lived. It lived. It actually lived. Maybe that fish cursed us.
Yeah, it was penance.
That has happened before. That is like the other known curse. It's not as bad as Scotty. I'm kind of surprised. Scotty blessed this run. I don't know what's going on. He blessed it to be underestimate. That's what he blessed.
Yeah, that's all you need, right?
All of the really terrible things that could have happened did not happen.
There we go.
Alrighty, now we have our checkpoint. That's what I'm talking about. If that ever happens to me in a real run, I'm very scared now that I've seen that. I might go back to I Am Bread. Just kidding. No way. Yeah, I've been getting into Ring Fit lately. It's been pretty fun game to play. I watched Ferguson run that, and I did want to run that when it came out, but it's such a long game.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why a lot of runs I've seen have just been beat World 1, maybe World 1 and 2, and not beyond that, because that is long.
Yeah, I've been playing it like every day this month. I haven't gotten my session in today, but I've watched some of those longer runs where they do the full game on like the hardest difficulty, hardest intensity, like props. That's insanity.
I am not physically able enough to do that.
So I think my whole reason I didn't run it was I like got mad because I didn't think there should have been a rule that there should have been brakes.
Oh, you wanted to go super hard. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be candid. I was wrong. I can admit when I was wrong, and yeah, maybe people shouldn't be like sacrificing their body for the speedrun, but in my ignorant speedrunner mind, I was like, yeah, that you have to be full metal, no speed, no brakes, no nothing. So we're gonna be skipping a lot of these sections by just using fish that we're not supposed to use. There's a whole puzzle area here, and we're gonna really abuse the puffer fish in a moment. We're supposed to use the goldfish as well. At this point, the goldfish is pretty much just here to complete the level, and that's about it. We made it. Okay.
Nice.
Lining up that bucket can be tough. If you're doing ILs of this, I didn't mention it, but there's like a little RNG with the bite and how fast you bite that. And we're pushing the bucket, and we're trying to bite it immediately so the piranha falls back into the bucket before the water, otherwise the piranha just dies. It's not good. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, any fish can trigger any checkpoint. Keep that in mind. Any fish can trigger any checkpoint. Oh? If you know where this is going.
I think so.
Oh, or maybe not. Maybe it's not going. There we go. And we're back here. Whoa, that's crazy. We're not done. There's more. It'd be so cool if I could do this first try.
Yeah. First try.
Yeah, we'll pretend that was first try. Okay. Sweet. And now the flying fish is here to reunite the others, except any fish can trigger any checkpoint. So we're just gonna keep swimming on with the puffer fish. Here we go. We are going to respawn here to bring all of the fish back. And we're gonna switch to the piranha because piranha is the fastest fish. And we got a place to bite. And it helps us open this valve. So piranha is perfect here for so many reasons. We like to move with the piranha in the finale area because the other fish can really get in your way. And they can't keep up with the piranha. So it's really hard for them to get in your way when you're just so fast. Every fish has its part in this level. Goldfish is unfortunately, its part just ends once we get respawn and flying fish. Once we get the puffer and all that through where he needs to go. All right, flying fish. Flying fish likes to do this section of the level pretty much alone. Is going to get an assist from the puffer fish in a bit. This part, so right here, is the intended way. We're supposed to bring this bucket all the way down, but if you saw the escalator earlier, escalators are a little slow. So just remember that any fish can trigger any checkpoint.
I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah, it's important to remember that. Magic. Yeah. And of course, now we have to get this bucket up there, but you probably know what I was going to say there, so we're just going to not do that.
Yeah, did you know that any fish can trigger any checkpoint?
There is a couple strats that I didn't do in this run or multiple strats that I do in this run because they're just frankly outrageous, and some of them only save like a couple seconds. Sometimes I'll go for them in a run depending on how the run's going and how much time I need to save, but usually it's at that point where I'm like, I'm fine with this run being done.
Yeah.
Resetting. So that's kind of what's really great about this speedrun though, is like you can make it as hard or as easy as you want it to be. And with the new category, it's a lot more forgiving to go through each and every checkpoint. If you're more of an IL runner, you can do that. It's great. I think it's adorable. The mechanics and skips are just super interesting and fun. Every fish is different, like I said, and yeah, if you're interested in speedrunning it, I think Boss's Discord is still the official I Am Fish Discord for now, and or you can feel free to reach out to me and I'll get you into it. We do have an auto splitter as well for this, which is always very helpful. So this is the last section right here. We're in this final container. Every fish does need to be in this container to move on, or this gate will not open. There is a reason why the game does not end until the end level screen, even though there is going to be like a huge cutscene at the end, which is great for outros. And that's because you could feasibly hit that end checkpoint another way. We can't because fish run out of breath, but yeah. We still keep the end time the same for that reason. Right now, I'm just avoiding hitting any of these benches because that is the only way you lose significant amounts of time. The fish were getting in the piranha's way, of course. It's not very nice. And I can take my hands off the controller. And Conception, any last words before I do like shout outs and stuff like that?
Sure. There was a question actually. Somebody asked, wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Can you trigger the checkpoints with any fish or just certain fish?
I guess technically those 4 fish. You can't trigger it with like Scotty or any of them, but any fish basically.
Yes. Yes. I just had to get the troll question in there, you know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so I'm Poot Loops. I do some speedrunning. I do some other games as well. I Am Fish is obviously my favorite speedrun. I'll probably always go back to this. I do a little Pokemon Yellow, sometimes random speedruns. I Am Bread, Certain Sim. I have world record in all 3 of those. So feel free to check out those videos. Work real hard on them. And shout out to the Pooters, of course. So happy that they're here. Shout out to the I Am Fish community. And of course, I Am Fish Japanese community as well. Furutu and Uruken. They're all fantastic and put a lot of work into this. So, time.
Well done. That was incredible.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Really, really well done. Awesome. Were there any other, like plugs or anything we didn't get to in that last cutscene? Anything last minute before we start getting set up for our final run this evening?
I love everybody who's watching. I love you, Conception. Love the next runner. Stay around for them and have a beautiful day.
Well, we love you too. That was just an absolute joy to have. Thank you so much for being here to do that for us. For everybody else out there, we are going to take a little break before we get into our third and final run of the evening. So feel free to get up, stretch, maybe go for a hug your favorite bucket. How about that? Hug your favorite bucket, and we'll see you here in just a few short minutes. All right, but welcome back to Awfully Silly, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we're hanging out with some awfully domesticated animals this evening. That means we gave it a good start with Grand Horse Attraction. Shout out to Dolly, she's a real one. And shout out to Bisselina for throwing on an incredible run of that. Followed it up immediately by a wonderful and just pure joy-inducing run of I Am Fish by Poot Loops. Did an incredible job, got to showcase all of the fish, all of the tricks. It was really, really cool. And we will be getting started with our last run here in just a moment. But I did want to remind everybody that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy the daily speedrunning content. And if, in addition to that, if you happen to be watching on YouTube in the future, be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel. And you can come on over to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content. All right. Well, this game features characters that maybe wouldn't count as necessarily domesticated animals. I definitely stretched the theme a little bit on this one. I'll be the first to admit that, but I had to have it. It's cute, it's adorable, and it's RNG chaos. So the 3 mixtures. It is, of course, Hello Kitty, Happy Party Pals, run by my party pal, Air Angel. So go ahead and take it away.
Hi, hi everyone. My name is Air Angel. I run everything kawaii, cute, and just super random. So they do have their own pets in the game. They are animals, but they do have they have pet goldfish, which is pretty on par with the previous game. But yeah, so this is Happy Party Pals. It's a people-pleasing simulator. So if that's the kind of person you are, you will have anxiety over this game, and I'm sorry. So there's a good amount of mechanics to go over, but we have some downtime. So we're gonna start. Oh God! All right, in 3, 2, 1, let's party.
Chaos.
All right, so every single level starts off in our room. Right off the bat, our RNG is not great. So Mimi is our sister, and she steals stuff from us all the time.
Rude.
And then she'll just mention it. She'll just be like, "Oh, by the way, invite me to your party. Also, I stole this. Are you okay with that?" And you're like, "What am I supposed to say to this?"
It's already happened.
Right. And again, I'm gonna put my little tangents here every now and then. So let me set up this room real quick, and I'll go over what I just did. Putting on some ambiance, little music. All right, so a lot just happened there, and the RNG isn't great, so we have to stay in the room. So every single level is a different party. Everybody that's invited to your party is randomized. Every single person has different likes and dislikes, and on my other screen I have like a giant list of like 100+ things and like what level of happiness it brings to people. So if you were to quantify your happiness level, that's basically what this game is. You have to have certain levels of happiness for each section, and I'll go over that as well. So we have Mimi, Grandpa, and Tracy. Mimi's coming to all of our parties. She literally just said she stole stationery from our desk.
Oh my gosh, Mimi, please.
I'm telling you, just... All right, so this RNG is not super bad because Mimi has a favorite music called pop music. Go figure. Mm-hmm. And so there are random things around, okay, Grandpa Tracy, that sort of populate, like this apple comes in every now and then. But otherwise, if you started off with items in your inventory, the next party, it's completely like erased. So every single event, you basically can't upcycle anything. You have to get stuff for the party every single time, which is really annoying because that's like over consumerism at that point, right?
Yes,
like,
absolutely. And Mimi is probably stealing it all in between anyway.
Right. So what I'm trying to do here is, this is our grandfather's puzzle that we have to always put back together in one piece. So what I did there is a puzzle glitch. So basically what happens is I start the puzzle, I stop the puzzle thinks that I solved it, and then it's like, GG, game over, here's some stuff. So that's awesome. So we didn't get the best RNG, so we can't leave the party again, but that's okay. So we are having a party in our backyard, which awesome, sick. Love that for us. I'll talk a little bit more about the other things that could bring your guest happiness after I set up the record player. So again, this record is always around in that one spot for this one level. And Mimi loves it, so we are going to not only play this for Mimi, but give it to Mimi, and her happiness goes up 20%, and she's 100% happy. Awesome. And then I'm going to talk to Grandpa, because if you talk to him, his happiness goes up 10%. Sick. Awesome. Grandpa is just super people-pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also gave him an apple just in case. So for this party in my list, for the backyard, we need 1 full plus 5%. So 1 full 100% plus 5% if we stayed the entire time. In order for us to leave, I would have to have 2 people here at 100%. Plus I think another 10%. But so it's a balance between finding the items that people like and the time waiting here. So you basically have to gauge like the pros and cons of waiting here is like 20 seconds, but will it take 30 or 40 seconds for me to get the items I need, essentially, if that makes sense. So so it's like party prep, Mimi, Mama, Tracy, Kathy. Kathy is the worst. All right, I will talk about Kathy in a second.
Oh, I cannot wait for the Kathy rant.
Kathy is just not. Kathy's not it. She thinks she's all that and whatever, but I don't like Kathy. Tracy is okay. Tracy's a little picky. I guess I should have prefaced. So this isn't all of the Sanrio characters. This is just within the Hello Kitty world. I know that's really weird because they're supposed to be there simultaneously. Okay, we got that one shot. What are we gonna get? All right, I'm gonna play this one more time. So this quote-unquote glitch isn't super difficult. It does require some level of precision input, but if you practice it a good amount of times, it kind of just becomes nature. Unless you switch controllers like I did, then you have to practice for another day because the timing on your buttons is off. So my rant about Kathy. Okay, so Kathy is cute. Yeah, she's a cute little bunny and she's got her cute little pink dress, but she thinks she's all that. And you try to give her like the best things in the world, right? You have cookies, you have cakes, you have balloons, and she's just like, I don't really like it. And then you give her a carrot and she's like super stoked. And like, I get it. Carrots are great. I love carrots. I almost eat them every day because they're, you know, my dog's favorite food. But like, Kathy, I'm literally giving you the world and all you want.
Indulge a little, Kathy.
Stupid carrot.
Indulge a little bit. Have some sweets. My God.
Yeah, but so the reason why I'm so upset is because, like, again, all the rant. There's a couple of items that you could always get every now and then. Like, I can always get flower seeds from Grandpa's little puzzle shop or whatever. But carrots are just so rare to get. So like, obviously, I would have restarted this run already after the first option because basically I lost 30 seconds in the very first party by not being able to leave. So that paired with the second one was probably another 30 seconds. So at this point, anytime I get Kathy, I'm like, girl, I'm not even there. Like, if I have to get her to 100% on any level, it's just like game over. Because she's just so picky. Kathy, why are you like this? Anyways, so yeah. Do you have any questions so far?
Let's see. First of all, a lot of people are on board with the Kathy hate, it seems. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right. People are on board. Yeah. So somebody in chat made the connection that this game seems to have been developed by the same people who made the Legacy of Goku GBA game as well, and you can definitely see that in the style and the movement, especially. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of GBA showcases on the show, so I'm glad that we got to make that connection. Yeah,
so I'm pretty sure the developers of this picked random, like, made-for-TV kind of things. Like, I'm pretty sure there's an Avatar Last Airbender GBA game that they did. Oh, we got a free banner. But yeah, just like a couple of random games that were from television. Can I save this real quick? So sometimes it'll shuffle this a little bit and you can get it enough to where... Oh, no. I tried, Grandpa. Grandpa, why do you always mess up your board? All the time.
Come on, Gramps.
It's okay. We might go grocery shopping. And I'm going to show you the wonders that is grocery shopping in this game. So our next party is a sushi party because apparently Hello Kitty is just loaded. Like, her family is just super, super wealthy and can afford a sushi party for like 8 people.
Must be nice. That's all I'm saying. Must be nice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We have to invite Tippy. So this is Tippy. Tippy gives us compliments all the time, which would be fine if, you know, he was like just a friend, but he wants to be more than just a friend. But Hello Kitty has had a boyfriend for decades. I think his name is Dear Daniel, and everyone knows this, and Tippy just completely just doesn't care and like shooting a shot every single day trying to get Hello Kitty to like him, and it's just like, dude, stop it.
Take the hint.
Please. Tippy, please. Yeah, so Tippy is another one on my list. Not that he's particularly difficult to appease at a party, because basically you just talk to him and he gets another 20%, which is great. So like, in my mind, I'm like, I want you at my party, but I don't want you at my party.
Yes, exactly.
Like for Hello Kitty's sake, she's just like, okay, fine, I will invite you because I can go to the next level of party and, you know, just like thrashing about or whatever. But dear God, I'm only going to give you a moment of my time, like a sliver of my time, and that's it. Like, you need to get out of here.
That's all Tippy needs. Tippy's thirsty, you know?
Yeah, I guess. But Tippy just needs to move on.
Yeah, like, I agree. 1000%.
At some point, like, Tippy, there's so many characters even in this game. Brother, just whatever. Okay, so anyways, what I'm doing right now is I'm going grocery shopping. And there are 3 items that you could potentially get, and these are the shopping carts of death. because, you know, when you go grocery shopping, it's like going into like a weird post-apocalypse thing where like you can potentially hurt yourself, have OSHA violations, and die at the grocery store. And this sound that she makes when she goes from tile to tile kind of sounds like, I don't know if anybody else did this as a kid or if it was just me and my 90s kidness. When you take like a tissue box and you put rubber bands around it and you're like, it's an instrument.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah, and then you pluck the rubber bands. That's kind of how I think that sounds like. So we are ready to have our sushi party. We have to have 2 full 200%. Again, we didn't have like the best RNG, so I got a lot of stuff, which is fine. So all the things that we got, I'm pretty sure Grandma loves fiber tablets, so we're going to see if she likes fiber tablets. Because
Grandma loves what now? Fiber tablets?
Do you like fiber tablets? Grandma is ecstatic. Okay, GG. Grandma is super happy with fiber tablets, which is great, which also kind of sucks for me because I spent all that time getting things, but you know what? Whatever. It was also an RNG item to pick up, so again, it's just like, it's a give and take. Like, am I gonna spend this much time getting all this stuff? And it's just like, yeah, I guess I am. So Grandpa really likes banners. He likes car fresheners. You know, like the car freshener with like the tree on it?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he specifically likes that car freshener. When I say likes, I mean like his, I don't know, happiness goes up by like 40-50% or whatever. Which is amazing, I guess.
Grandpa needs a better hobby, though. I mean, air fresheners. Come on, Grandpa.
Yeah. Our dad is here. Dad really likes watches. He doesn't like steak, oddly enough, which is like really weird because in my mind, that's like the first thing. I would just be like, I don't know. Maybe that's just my assumptions about dads is like they all like steak. So whatever.
I'm right there with you.
So I'm going to talk to Tippy one more time, and we should be good to go to hang out at the party. So a couple of things to note. If you are playing this casually, you see there's 2 poles here on either side of the stereo. That's where you could put the banner for extra happiness points, but it's very minimal. It's not like, I don't know. It really doesn't boost it a whole lot for like a speed run, so we usually don't do it. These purple jars, you could put balloons in them. Maybe at the end, if we're doing good on time, I will put some balloons in the jars or whatever. And then on the table, you could put a tablecloth. And then again, in the stereo, you could put in different music. And people like, people just like what they like. Like Fifi is very European. She likes cappuccinos and techno music. And it's like, good for you, girl. Like, happy for you.
Yeah. Those are hobbies, Grandpa, not air fresheners.
Okay, so we have Grandpa, Tippy, Joey, Thomas, Grandma, Jody. All right. So this isn't the... the hits just keep on coming. But it's okay. So our next party is at an arcade. So fun fact for this one, if you take too long... So say you invite people to your party, right? If you take too long actually starting the party... their percentage of happiness before they even get to the party is decreased. So they will show up to the party. Continue? Hello? They'll show up to the party just not as happy as they would originally when they get there. So you want them as close to 60% as possible. All right, so... the painting isn't working out. 1 second. I really have to focus, apparently.
I hate sliding puzzles.
Right.
You got this.
All right, so we did get a soccer ball, which is great. Joey loves soccer balls because all mice like soccer balls. Is that... I guess that's what we're going with. Tippy and
Sure.
Jody. Okay. So we do have some returning characters, but so basically, as you expand your party finesse. I don't know. I guess each level is just like, hey, everyone loved your party so much, you should throw a bigger party and a bigger party and a bigger party. So like, I think it just increases our obligation to keep throwing like these grandiose parties, you know what I mean? Which I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. Having to escalate each one. Ugh.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
I couldn't do it.
All right, so we're gonna invite Thomas. So we still have to invite Grandma and Jody. So Grandma's on the other side of town. So what I was trying to explain was like certain areas are blocked off, so you physically cannot go anywhere until people are satisfied with your party. So you're like kind of held hostage in your own house / your room because you are stuck there. So like if you first got this game when you were a kid and didn't read the manual, first of all, like you read the manual, because any game that was released basically until like 2005 usually came with a player guide. But so when I first looked at this, I didn't really know what to do, and I kept leaving the party early, and I didn't realize that leaving the party early will lower everyone's happiness levels because go figure, like the head of the party just left.
Yeah. You can't just leave your party. Come on.
Right. So basically what the game does, it averages everyone's happiness level and then subtracts like a certain percentage depending on, you know, like how happy they are overall minus like, did you leave early? We're going to go shopping one more time. So just, I didn't understand that. And I just kept dying, I guess, in my house, getting a game over in my house over and over. And then I was just like, oh, I'm a speedrunner. I could figure this out. And then I was just like, no, I cannot figure this out. Internet, please help me. And then, I mean, it obviously turned out. But usually what I do when I learn speedruns is I try to figure it out myself. I try to beat the game myself. And because you never know, like, what routes you could potentially find, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or just like random glitches or just like random things like possibly saving 5 minutes in a game that's been around for 20 plus years and everyone's just like, oh, great, you just found that. Awesome. We've been working at this for hours. But yeah, so that's what I usually do. And then this game was just like, nope, do not pass go, do not collect $300. Like, you need to advise the internet for this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have a banana, fudge, milk pizza, seaweed, soccer, squid drink. Okay, so we are going to play a bowling game. If those are okay. Fun fact about Tippy. So he's the guy that won't stop hitting on us. He loves nunchucks.
It's a red flag. I'm sorry, it's a red flag.
Right? So I got those for him, which I guess is okay, but I don't want to get it for, you know what I mean? Like, we have to make Tippy happy, and I don't like it.
Yes, I don't like it either.
This is miserable. So we're just having an okay time, okay? We had Tippy and Kathy. Not only that, Tippy came to our party. You got the carrot, and Kathy isn't even a part of this.
Come on.
Kathy, you haunt me in my dreams. Well, anyways, we're just having a great time. I think I'm going to play this one more time. So the thing that makes this difficult is I got a lot of seaweed and sea urchin and squid. The majority of the... Oh, we got a horse painting. Yes.
Let's go.
The majority of the people here don't like seaweed or sushi related things except for one person, and we don't have him in our party. So yippee-ki-yay. All right. So we are going to... Are we going to try it? All right. We're going to try it, chat. If it doesn't work out, then I am kind of screwed, but it's okay.
We'll figure it out. We're doing it live.
We are, in fact, doing it live. All right. Who can I can appease Tippy by talking to him. Talk with Tippy. Hello. You must be tired. I'm tired of talking to you, Tippy. Please. And then, see, he said, who's your boyfriend? Like, dude, just stop. All right. Oh, these aren't nunchucks, they're chopsticks. Crap. All right. I have to be strategic about this. What does Tippy like? Tippy enjoys fudge. Sure. All right. We're gonna give Joey his soccer ball. Enjoy. Soccer ball, so cool. Yeah, I'm glad you're happy. Give item. Grandma doesn't like bird feeders? What grandmother doesn't like bird feeders, chat? Please. So I do have a question for you specifically. Oh no, you're fine. If you were to have a top item, someone to give you like at a party, that would make you like just super happy. What would it be?
Item or food?
Or a food.
Okay. If I'm going food, if somebody just hands me a cheeseburger, oh my gosh, my favorite person. My favorite person.
There are cheeseburgers here.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm on board. That would definitely be like a 20%er for me. Or whatever the high, whatever's really high. I would be definitely into that.
That would be like 40-50%.
Oh, let's go. Yes, I absolutely agree. That's how I feel in real life too. If it was an item, honestly, a lot of my major hobbies have been collecting old and potentially questionable video games. So probably just being given a video game of questionable nature that I can figure out for myself.
I mean, that's pretty good. Okay, so I think I've given everybody everything that I have without upsetting people. So now we wait.
Okay.
All right, chat. So for this, we have to have a 70% happiness level. If we don't get it, then that means I have to go all the way back to my room, get a brand new batch of people to invite to a party, get all the things for the party, and then come back. So it's really the moment of truth and justice, I guess, within the Hello Kitty domain, which is outside of my hands now. And we will momentarily see what we got. So survey says,
Come on.
Oh my freaking god, I didn't get it.
No.
No. You know what, chat? That's fine. That's okay. You know what that means? Mimi, Mama, Joey, Thomas, Grandma, and Fifi will be really excited to come to this party. Okay.
Yep. No Kathy, and no Tippy.
No Kathy and no Tippy. So that is really unfortunate. But I physically couldn't give anybody anything else because, fun fact, if they don't like it, they will have negative happiness.
Oh, this game is chaos, pure chaos.
Yeah, so it's really not great, but that's okay. I haven't made. I wouldn't say it's a mistake because honestly, it's just a gamble. But that has not happened to me in quite some time. So there's your GDQ. That's never happened before.
Woo, got another one.
Not one that I would particularly suggest doing.
No.
Or being a part of. But that's okay. Alright, Grandpa's paintings is... Alright, we're just gonna go grocery shopping. Please, Grandpa, let me leave your chaos dungeon, please.
Let us out!
It's literally not letting me leave. Yes, okay. Anyways, we are fine.
I believe you, you know?
Thank you. And we're just honestly doing our best. I do kind of feel bad that Joey is literally all the way over here in the baseball diamond. But maybe Joey is just like he just really likes to keep to himself, I guess. So I don't know. I just hope he's okay. I worry about Joey because Joey's just out there, you know, like living his life. And I'm just like, but come to the party. And he's like, okay, I guess if you give me a soccer ball, I'll be there. But other than that, like, it's 50-50. Like, got it. All right. So we got Thomas, and then we are going to go talk to Grandma and go grocery shopping once more at our favorite grocery store that sounds like a children's toy with shopping carts of death. So the thing that happened at the arcade, I fear, is that I took too long on getting all the items, and then I had basically 4 items that I could not use. So even if I use 1 or 2 more items to boost like 5%, I probably would have been fine. But if I used any of those items on any of those people, they would have given me a FF minus, do not pass go, your party sucks, don't ever try to have a party again kind of situation. So like, that kind of sucks, but it's okay. It just means chat gets more Hello Kitty, which is honestly like my biggest campaign right now is
yeah.
As a speedrunner, I am trying to at least attempt speedrunning every single Hello Kitty game ever made. However, there are a couple games that I am not sure I could speedrun because it's more of like a continuous arcade loop. And I just went head first into the back of a shopping cart and Hello Kitty's dead. Game over. But to the left of me, right of me, I literally have a whole shelf dedicated to Hello Kitty, so she better be happy about it. There's a pie here, which is great. We're not getting too many pickups, but I will be going to the arcade to try to get the rest of the items that we need for the party. Again, we need like 3 full 100%, so I need like a lot of stuff unless I get really good RNG and get things that will appease people 100%. Which currently isn't happening again, but it's okay. We're pushing through. This is like one of those things, it's like in the moment you really want to invite your friends to the party and then you realize you have to actually throw the party. And then it turns out to be miserable for everybody. Okay, so we do have a record, but I don't think that record is something that everyone will like, but I will get it anyways. I'm pretty sure that is country, and
ooh, divisive.
Nobody here likes it. So big meal. What does that mean? You saw that, right? Like, I'm
yes,
not.
I did.
What is big meal? Chat, you need to tell me what big meal is, because what is your big meal?
2 cheeseburgers.
Just like twice as many cheeseburgers as I had before. Duh.
That's a big meal.
Oh gosh, we're getting nothing. Are those peanuts? Okay, so
that would be my guess. Yes.
So it sounds like I am shocked. I am shocked because I've been playing this game quite a bit, and there's still items that I've never had before. So it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Again, I do have a doc with like a bunch of items on it, and like the values like plus 20, plus 5, minus 10. So I have been documenting that along the way, but I haven't found a cohesive list of everything that is in this game. Still. Oh, look, it's your cheeseburger.
Yay! Oh, it's low. Probably want something higher, I would imagine.
So that is only in coordination to the points within the skee ball game. So like in order to get the cheeseburger, I have to be within that price range.
I see.
In terms of the value, it really doesn't matter what the value is. You just have to get it. And the value of that particular thing is really dependent from person to person. So
Gotcha.
certain people might like it. Some people may hate it. Like Kathy hates everything.
Just as an example.
Just for that I'm gonna get that record. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna gamble and hoping it's a good thing. And I'm trying to do this fast and have a low score, and then we're gonna take a look at what we've got. All right. Science book, water, nuts, burger. We're gonna keep playing. Now I'm like really hyper vigilant about getting stuff. So we did get water, which isn't great. Water does nothing for me because it'll just quench the thirst of people but add nothing to their happiness value, which is fair.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's pretty IRL, yeah.
I don't know. There's something... Okay, we do have a hat. Alright, I think after this, we're just gonna have to go for it. This might turn into a Hello Kitty Happy Party Pal showcase for 35 minutes. This is it. It's the way she goes sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
alright, so we are gonna go up here. Because I do want to be mindful of everyone's time. So we're gonna try our best here. All right. Hello, mother. I'm gonna give you something. Mom really likes sunflower seeds. What? Oh my god! I selected a hat. Who am I?
Oh no.
It's okay. We're just here in the face of adversity. No.
Oh. Oh no. Here in the face
it's
of
okay.
adversity.
Today's just something, you know what I mean? It's just always something. All right. Do you like pie? God, Grandma, why are you being a butthead?
Eat the pie, Grandma.
Just like throw it at her.
Yeah.
Mimi wants to hang out and stuff, but like she just steals my stuff and I don't know. So I was an only child growing up. But I did hang out at like my friends' houses a lot. But like if I had a sibling that was just like stealing my stuff all the time, like I wouldn't invite you to stuff extracurricular wise.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel great about that.
Yeah, unless like your mom was like, no, you gotta invite her because she's your sister or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, but can you like talk to her about like not doing this? Because she's kind of giving off like she's better than me vibe. I don't know. I try to be nice to Mimi, but you really never know. All right, does Mimi like hamburgers? Kind of. Awesome.
Mimi, you're on. I don't know, Mimi. I don't know about you now.
I don't know about Mimi either, honestly.
Thievery, the lack of burger enjoyment.
Honestly, that's like the biggest red flag, right? Is like just not really enjoying the finer things in life while stealing my stuff.
Yes. There's nothing finer in life than a cheeseburger.
Okay. Grandma really likes the big meal.
All right, Grandma. I see you.
Okay, so if for whatever reason that this party doesn't pan out, I am probably going to kick myself off the stage because I want to be mindful of everyone's time. So at this point, I would like to publicly say that RNG games are very difficult to speedrun, and like playing them in a marathon setting or on Hotfix is kind of like a roll of the dice. Because at this point, I feel like I've done pretty good in terms of stocking up on all the items that I could without sacrificing the time and the percentages with people. So it's just not been a great run, and I understand that, but we'll see. Okay, so it's 69% conception. I'm sorry. It did not happen today.
That is okay. That is
GDQ
perfectly
Studio,
okay.
if you could press time, that would be great. And chat, thank you for coming on this Hello Kitty and Sanrio Friends showcase, I guess. It is not Hello Kitty and Sanrio Friends, it's Hello Kitty Happy Party Pals. But spoiler alert, this is a backup run for Flame Fatales 2023. And if you want to see how this ends, see if it gets in as a backup run and it gets played.
I thought you were going to make an announcement there. I was like, it's coming now. I was like, all right.
No, it's just there as like a backup. But yeah, it wasn't in the cards today, and I do apologize. But thank you, Conception, for letting me have the stage for 40 minutes of ridiculousness and giving me a platform for the awfully sillies and the awfully rants of the sillies. Yeah, remember everyone that Kathy is a bully, and Tippy should get a life. And yeah, I guess that's it for me.
If you take nothing else, Kathy is a bully and Tippy get a life. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You know, even if you didn't finish, this was an absolute riot of a run, and I just absolutely loved it. So thank you so much for putting together what we're now calling the Happy Party Pals Showcase, because now we got to get to see as much of it as the game allowed us to. So I appreciate that.
Right, and my personal best in this is 25 minutes, just to put that out there. So
exactly.
This was incredibly ridiculous RNG, but yeah,
this was
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is not your fault. It is all the party pals and their lack of interest in items. It's Kathy.
It's Kathy's fault.
It was always Kathy. But for everyone out there, thank you so much for watching Awfully Silly. I want to remind everyone that the Hotfix content does not end tonight with Awfully Silly. As usual, we have Out of Bounds coming up right after this. If you're interested, we're going to be showcasing a breakdown of in glitches and tricks and things in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So if you want to stick around and see how much we can do with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I highly encourage you do so and hang out with Kung Fu Fruit Cup and Supersonic. But for now, that is going to be our time for this evening on Awfully Silly. Thank you all so much for being here, and stick around for Out of Bounds. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, everyone.